Right, hey everybody, welcome to a new idea stream. You may like it, you may not. But this is your chance to give opinions on it. I'll put the Zoom link up in a minute and do all the editing. So just bear with me. On the panel I have Justin. Laura's in the kitchen burning pizza, as Laura does.
In the kitchen burning pizza.
That's the one.
David, where's the pizza cutter?
In the kitchen. David, where's the pizza cutter?
Jonathan, what's up, man?
Hey Jonathan, I'll put a link up in a minute. All I can hear from the kitchen is, for fuck's sake.
David, I can't use the pizza cutter, it's in the dishwasher.
You can't wash it?
No.
Right, first topic of the debate is, should Laura stay out of the kitchen?
Is that even a debate?
I don't know. She knew I was going live and then decided to have a rant over the top. I'm not even sure what the hell's going on here. I'm even sure. Right. There's the link if anybody wants to join the panel. So, the idea is I am the host and I'll be sat down here at the bottom, and everyone else will be all up here in the background, which I might change because it does look a bit overcrowded, and I will happily give everybody a slot in the hot seat every week where you can host your question and have the panel debate it and the chat. So if you would like to join the hot seat, feel free to click the link and join and jump on in. Let's put Justin.
See, what you need is like an audience, but you need the two debaters, and then instead of the host, you would put the moderator. So you'd be the one in between. So whoever the two that are debating, then you have somebody in the middle that moderates it. Like an actual debate.
I'm the moderator over here. So
right, but what I'm saying is you would want to be in the middle and then put another hot seat on the other side. You get what I'm saying? You're going to be, but then you can switch positions with people. Someday somebody could be able to be the moderator, and like you and Donald could debate something.
No, if it was me and Donald, I'd just put a wrestling ring in the middle and just put us inside it.
Let's debate how much you love Donald.
Laura's still shouting abuse from the other room. You're good, Jonathan. There's a link in the chat at the top if you'd like to join.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We should back out the hot seat. Now the host is in the hot seat. Because I need to do a debate, so
David, you want some vinegar?
yes please. So, who thinks that Laura's determined to destroy my live stream?
Again, you're just stating facts, not a debate.
You're gonna wear this pizza.
That's not Fortnite. It's Halo.
Who's in the chat?
Jonathan
Hi, Jonathan. I thought you were just going to say more names for you.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was about to look up. I was like, is somebody else there? It's like he was about to read a whole fucking list of names off.
You went
He was like,
Jonathan,
and
I literally was waiting for another name.
and absolutely fucking nobody.
Oh, that's funny.
I could always start a fucking sport debate. That'll set everybody off.
Dominic's right here, you can't do that one.
You should have came up. You should have done this idea when they were trying to debate the Christmas movie.
Yeah.
That'd have been a good idea. That would have been perfect, man. We could all set up in the audience while Dominic and Donald went at it over was it fuck, what movie was that?
Can't remember, but yeah, the general idea is that you put your debate out to the everybody on the panel, not just against one person.
Die Hard. That was the movie. For some reason, I was thinking Braveheart. I was like, no, wait a minute, wrong movie. Not much, Jonathan. Just chilling. Oh, did Laura give Jonathan the update?
I'm not sure. Laura,
What?
have you shared the update with Jonathan?
Yes.
Yes. Shouted the voice from the other room.
Just updating Tim and David. They're awesome.
Right, Dominic is just getting ready, so he'll be here in about 30 minutes. Got to comb that hair and stuff.
Put his makeup on. Did I actually mute myself?
No, you did not.
Oh. Fine.
I'll be going over to the standard chat at 9 o'clock, but if Paul's going live, I will be ending so Paul can have his live slot back and I'll be joining him over there.
Cool. So I'm just about to put a message in the private chat.
Interesting.
Why did you just vote interesting? Or was it what I put in the private?
Yeah, I was reading what you put
Oh.
over.
I don't know. It's very quiet for a Friday night.
It is quiet.
Yeah, where the hell's Dominic at? He usually pops in the lures around that.
He'll be
time
here
she
in
was
half
up.
an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dominic's just messaged me. So
Donald's busy doing his stuff. Obviously,
I need to
too.
Shut up.
Obviously, Donald's doesn't want to come on the panel debate.
No.
Don't think he wants another insulting stream.
Yeah, I think Laura's abused him too much today.
Oh no, I've just seen someone online. I'm just gonna send him a link.
So pretty much you're saying you don't want to destroy him in a debate and hurt his feelings.
Maybe what I should do is line everybody up down the centre and then put the topic in there, and then you go pro. Tell me if you're pro or against, and I'll move your sides, and then go right, fight it out.
There you go. Like I said, oh, let me see if I can find a. Go to Google real quick.
Hey Mark, how you doing?
Hey, Mark.
Are we up for a Euro Trucks tomorrow night? Same time as last week?
That's what Saturdays are for.
Yeah, that's when I do my evening stream too. That's usually when me and me and Rigger and Tim and everybody are planning on doing the nightly ones too.
What, on a Saturday?
Yeah, at nighttime. Yeah,
Why we're asleep.
during our old my old time slot.
Yeah, Mark, you spoke to Laura that much today, you might as well move in. Everywhere you go, she's there.
I can leave.
No, you could leave the panel, but I'd still be able to hear you. Unless you mean leave the flat. Oh, she's
At
been
the
quiet.
minute, I'm enjoying my pizza.
That's what I had for lunch. Well, I would say breakfast because I didn't eat any breakfast. So
We had McDonald's for lunch.
I
Hey, AZ, how you doing?
only ate during.
Hello,
I
East
only
Coast.
ate
How you
lunch
doing,
today.
mate?
What's up, Dusty? David?
Hey, East Coast. Hey, AZ.
What's up, Mark? Oh, David, I messaged you back too about your question you had.
It's too quiet.
In other news, Amazon today delivered a parcel and it was all correct. No complaints. There's a world's first.
That is the first.
Is there any football tonight?
Oh, Dusty, I sent you the update too, so you know what's going on.
football.
None of us want to turn our cameras on today.
Oh, I'm just doing something at the moment, Jonathan. I'll be back in a minute.
I'm
Just
also.
easier. Well, it's easier to leave the avatar on there because I can walk around with my headset and do what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, hopefully I will have a webcam powered up for any future runs of this.
You're not nicking my green screen.
Why do I need your green screen?
Because it works better for the backgrounds.
My computer can handle this.
Your computer won't if I put a hammer through it.
Now. You do that, you won't have a computer. Can I help you, lady?
Hand over the pizza, you won't get hurt.
Try that bit.
And we're only on for a little bit anyway, just to see if Paul goes live or not.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And want some? I'm being raided for pizza.
It's fucking warm out today.
Good for you.
95 degrees. I don't like the heat. I'd rather it be cold.
Just a minute, Star.
David, if Justin ever come over here, he'd be constantly wearing a coat.
Oh,
Oh, I'd love it.
but you wouldn't.
Love it. I don't mind it. I like hoodie weather.
One day I might get some food to myself.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
What would rather sweet? I'd rather sweat than freeze. You're crazy.
I'd rather what?
Sweat than freeze.
Oh, hell no. Sweating, being hot just makes you moody. It makes you feel nasty.
Oh, is that why you're moody all the time?
Are you saying Justin's hot?
Huh?
Not in that way, David.
No, but what I'm saying is, I don't know. I'd rather be in cold weather. No, I understand like being in extreme freezing weather, like, you know, what Ron and them go through, but like when it's like 40 degrees or 50 degrees, that's not that cold to me. That's manageable.
It's 12 degrees here right now.
Put on some good heavy pair of pants and a sweatshirt, and you're good to go.
We
I
have our
would
debate.
I would convert that for Justin, but I can't be bothered.
So Justin says he'd rather be cold than hot.
That's right.
I'd rather be in between.
Only communism's like the heat.
I'm not sure that's true.
I literally would rather be in between the two.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if you're in like spring type weather. Yeah.
AZ. Did you read why you're cold all the time?
No, he said it moody because I'm.
Oh,
pussy.
moody all the time. That's what I meant.
Nah, like I said, I'm not talking about like below zero type fucking freezing ass weather. But to me, I guess what you consider mild winter, like 40, 50 degree weather.
You see, medically, I agree with Justin. But non-medically, I agree with the others. Because in the summer
medical.
months, when it's warm, when it warms up, I suffer more vertigo and have dizzy spells and fall over and stuff. But in the winter months, I'm bloody freezing and just complaining all the time.
Oh, it's raining on my game. Oh, by the way, I'm playing the game. Well, I've left my stock outside.
Oh yeah, playing that stupid game again. Thanks, Justin.
What?
That stupid supermarket game.
Oh, yeah, I don't know where she got
She bought the full
idea.
game now.
You know,
Why
I was
would you
playing
do
it the
that?
other day.
Yeah, why would you go and buy a game like that?
I don't know, Justin. Why would you make me buy a game?
Oh, excuse me. So, should Justin be banned from YouTube for life for enticing Laura into random dodgy games?
I like how you,
No.
have you put him in the hot seat for this?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
This game is your fault, Justin.
100%.
Absolutely not. Yeah, Dusty, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, not snowy type weather, even though I can deal with that. But anything above freezing is fine with me. 32 degrees is freezing, so. That's why I like Florida winters so much.
I'll check on my short shortly.
I wouldn't bother.
Well, actually, it's not actually my short, but
I'm going to check something.
because people have watched it because they've liked it, but it's not moving on YouTube. The say people watched it.
Oh yeah, it was like last week I had one short that showed like I had 20 something likes on it.
Yeah, so YouTube users reports indicate there are no current problems with YouTube, but yet they got massive reports of people saying there is.
Yeah, like I said, I had a short. It was probably a week or two ago. It was one day I uploaded some, and the bunch of them were saying I had like 20 likes, 10 likes, 15 likes. But yeah, it was showing there was no views on them. I was like, how the fuck is that possible? And then finally, a few hours later, they updated.
Yeah, they are having issues.
Should YouTube leave everything alone?
Everybody should leave things alone. Once it works, leave it alone. The only things you have to fix on any security flaws is
Coffee on the shelves. Right, what else do I need? Don't need oil.
Oh, I'm ready to cut my fucking hair. It's annoying me.
Do it live on screen.
I gotta wait till Sarah's home to do it because she does my sides and my back with my hair.
Move the eggs. Purchase.
So who's upset Donald then?
He did say he had things to do.
Yeah, I think he had quite a bit of editing to do today.
Yeah, I was actually nice to him today. Wasn't I
Is
just...
my character glitching for you, or is it just me?
Just
Well,
you.
he's doing alright.
Oh, because it kept he kept flashing off and on.
You mean
For me.
like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I clicked what I thought was a different box and I started moving it and realised I was
Oh, okay.
resizing.
You're resizing, Justin?
No, resizing Zoom for some reason. No, watch the other.
Spaghetti-o! Why have I got no shelf for spaghetti? Put you there. Can I borrow you? Nope, you're this side. I'll put you back up.
My YouTube is still saying Laura's live.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it does that sometimes where it doesn't update right away. The other day it was showing, what was it? Last week sometimes it was showing Murray was live still like an hour after he ended. Even when I kept refreshing the page, it still was showing him as live.
Technology. It's great, isn't it?
You need. Right, now I've just got to check the prices.
Yeah, it's way more detailed with the paid version. Huh? You got to like set prices and everything.
You do that on the free version as well.
Now, if you set the prices too high, will people not buy it?
Yep.
Let's say you set your loaf of bread for like $200.
Yeah, no, quite. That would make a hell of a profit.
It's worth a try. You might get one person that buys it, keep your shop open for the rest of the day.
Now, can you expand your store and make it bigger?
Yeah, I've expanded my store once already.
So, anyone got anything interesting?
Well, I can up the price of pasta.
Any news anywhere?
No. Oh god, I got hiccups. It's so quiet. Shh. Shh. Because I charge people $5 for some chocolate spread. Was there anybody actually chatting in the chat?
No.
I didn't know if it was just me or it had frozen.
Well, in Russia, where they are voting in their elections, people have been setting fire to the polling booths.
Okay then.
Don't know why they're bothering. We all know who's won. Hey, Gitchy.
Oh, Gitchy, that would be half of a debate.
Yeah, we're not going down that debate again. Might get
Oh,
clipped.
Gitchy, I've sent you a message on Insta.
Yeah, plus they're a little amateur about making tea.
You know nothing. You know
I
nothing
was saying-
about how to make a cup of tea.
Knowing
You use
Justin,
cold water. What the hell's that all about?
Nothing.
he would tell you, go and heat your water up in the microwave.
Yeah, I heat the tea bag up in the microwave, get a good burn on it first.
Oh, look, the microwave's gone up.
I thought I was bad at blowing microwaves up. That's one way to do it.
Laura, you blew the microwave up with an egg.
At least I can say I've not blown one up with a tea bag.
Well, neither's Justin yet.
Well, I wasn't planning on blowing it up, more like lighting it on fire.
Do you use the microwave a lot over in America?
Oh, yeah, it's a pretty prevalent thing over here. A lot of reheating of foods because it's faster.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that, you know, like Murray, that eat a lot of like frozen stuff that they heat in the microwave. I mean, I eat my fair share of frozen stuff, but not as much as other people. Like, I might have some frozen burritos or like a breakfast bowl once or twice a week, but that's about it. Usually we eat regular home cooked food, so. I actually don't eat a lot of junk food, to be honest with you.
I don't eat a
There's
lot
a
of junk food. This chocolate's not junk food.
I might have 1 or 2 things a week, but that's about it as far as like chunky type food goes. Like I say, we eat a lot of vegetables. We make a lot of home cooked food.
What's a vegetable?
Love vegetables.
I know I do actually eat vegetables, just not very often.
Will you? Do you?
There's the only 2 vegetables I really don't like that I've run across as far as all the vegetables that we normally sell in the store is okra and I don't like sweet potato. Not a fan of sweet potato. Sarah loves sweet potato like fries and shit. I don't like them.
No.
think they're
Laura,
gross.
likes, Laura likes sweet potato. I don't.
Oh, I love
Oh,
sweet potato.
She would love Sarah then, because Sarah would cook all kinds of shit with sweet potatoes in it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not particularly a big fan of that stuff.
Bring that one I want.
Yeah, some vegetables should stay in the ground.
Like eggplant, I'm not a huge fan of eggplant, but I do like it if it's fried. Like if they deep fry it, I do like deep fried eggplant.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't eat a lot of vegetables when I was younger, but when I grew up, my palate changed.
Yeah, because when I worked at the vineyard, the head chef used to make a really, really nice mushroom stroganoff. Now, I can't stand it. I can't stand mushrooms. Ugh.
Oh, I love mushrooms. Stuffed mushrooms. Oh, God. So good. Mushrooms on pizza. It's like asparagus is probably my favorite vegetable. I love asparagus. Yeah, I will fuck up some asparagus.
Mushroom on pizza is a hell no, 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 no.
Oh no, I love that. Some peppers and onions and all the vegetables on it. Oh yeah.
Chips, peppers, onions, sweet corn, pineapple.
See, we don't put corn on our pizza over here.
Oh, we do.
Put pineapple on our pizza. Hawaiian
Pineapple.
pizza. Which is funny because it's called Hawaiian pizza, but it was actually, I think, invented by a Canadian
Probably.
in Canada. I think it was actually a Canadian thing. Hawaiian pizza started there.
I think it's to do with the fruit being from Hawaii. The Hawaii.
Actually, pineapple's one of the easiest fruits to grow, man. It will grow damn near in any climate. My mom used to grow it out in the desert, and we grew it. We grow it here in Florida. This shit, you can plant a bunch of pineapple trees outside, and you'll have pineapples all the time sprouting off of it.
Laura,
What?
get them plant pots emptied and get some pineapples grown.
No.
They're really not.
Roses are growing out there.
And all you need is like when you buy a pineapple, you just literally cut the top like inch off of it, up underneath the stalk of it. You know, the green stalk.
Yeah.
Cut about an inch off the top of the pineapple, and then you just plant that back in the
Don't
ground.
they grow on
That's all.
palm trees though?
No.
Or
Well,
like
they
palm-
grow on trees, but like the ones we have are very small. Like they're only like 1.5 feet tall. They're not very big. It's kind of like a tree, I guess. But no, those things are super easy to grow though. At least here they are too. Just like grapes. Grapes aren't really that hard to grow either. And grapes are some of the most expensive fruit you'll get at the store. You pay by the pound on grapes here. You go to the store and buy a bag of grapes. You have to take them to the front, weigh them, and then pay by the weight. Unless it's a predetermined package where they already have a price tag on it.
Yeah, that's what we have here. But they're
We have both, but
it's
if you
just a standard price over here. So
But over
£1.90 for a punnet.
right, like over here we have like predetermined packages that have a certain weight in it, and then they've already priced it, so you know exactly how much it's going to cost you when you go to the register. But like if you can buy these big massive ass bags of grapes, and then they just go by weight, so you put it on the scale at the register, and then it weighs it, and you pay by the pound.
Now over
And
here,
it's not cheap. It's usually like $1 or $2 a pound. They're pretty pricey.
yeah, it's about £1.90 for a punnet, which gives you probably about 3 servings of grapes.
I like a lot of fruits too. I'm a big fruit person too. Like kiwis. Oh, those are so good. Fresh kiwi.
See, we buy lots of fruit, but we don't eat it.
I had melon today. What are you on about?
You are a melon.
Ah.
I mean,
I eat a lot of fruit.
I'm gonna give you melon in a minute.
Dude, I'm not drinking any grapes of some. I don't know what their feet look like.
mark a link at the top if you want to join the panel.
Has he ever been on a panel?
Yeah. I put it
Oh,
on
that's
top.
my brother.
Yeah, we'll put Mark on in the hot seat.
Yeah, I would totally like as far as like grape. They used to do that back in the day when they made wine. They would stomp the grapes with their feet. No, I'm good. Who'd you think he was talking about? Mark White?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish Mark White would come up on the panel. I'd like to meet him. Just like sometimes I think about like, I wonder how many people have been watching somebody for years and have never said nothing in the chat, because there's people like that
Yeah.
that don't ever like say anything in a chat. They'll just watch a live stream. I wonder like how many people have been watching Paul or me or any of us for a couple years and just never said anything in the chat. It's just creepy. That's just creepy feeling. It's like they know everything about you. You don't even know why they're watching you.
Well, I've put it on the hot seat panel on board. Should Mark R. White join the panel?
Yes, you should.
I don't think he has the balls.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mark Korn. Okay, never mind.
He definitely doesn't have the balls.
No, I think Mark should.
Yeah, I think Mark and Murphy should come on the panel.
I've actually had quite a few first people on my panels before. That have never been on a panel before. They just randomly popped into my show one night.
Laura, have you sent a link to Trevor and that?
Trevor's asleep. He works nights.
He's normally
Yeah,
on
he'd
this
be
time.
on.
Oh, I've messaged him to say you're live, so.
I think everybody's wondering or sitting around in anticipation to see if Paul goes live. I'm sure he'll have a busy chat if he goes live again.
Hopefully.
Go where's Zoom a minute.
Like I said, I'm at Mary's.
Scare. Yeah.
Pack it in, Laura.
Oh, I forgot you were there this weekend.
Huh.
The topic is Laura an idiot? Hey Jonathan, how you doing, mate? Welcome back. So just all be aware that if Paul Murray goes live in 10-15 minutes, we'll
you
be
can't
dropping
see
off
the
here and going over.
You can get to Messenger, can't you?
What?
You can get to Messenger.
Which messenger?
I'm just about to message you.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
'Cause I'm about to message you.
Well, okay.
David does not know the meaning of subtle. Looking at the cam now, down there.
Yeah, I've already checked. And there's none for about 2 to 3 hours. That's already been checked as well.
Yep. Oh, nothing.
Look, the water looks still.
A big ass river, though, I'll tell you that. That bitch overflowed, you'd have some serious problems.
Oh, look, there's a little boat. Is that a boat?
Okay, Laura.
Stop zooming in and out. Oh, now I can see the car park better. Alright, I'll leave that there. Right, back to my game.
I can't believe there's no football tonight.
I'm glad there's no football.
Shout out you.
Damn, this stream time live has been running for almost 4 years straight. It said the original start date was 6/12/2019.
Aha, I've got shelf space.
What they're streaming? Oh,
The poor Huron cam down there.
yeah.
It's literally been streaming nonstop for almost 4 years.
That's a good price.
God, can you imagine the amount of space that live stream would take up if YouTube decided to save it? Holy God.
They actually advise you now to do it in 6-hour stints.
Well, you can only go back 12 hours on a live stream like this. You can only go back in 12-hour spurts.
No, Mark, alright, we've just eaten. David cooked us pizza.
What's up, Andrew Smith? Oh, wrong chat.
I was gonna say,
Fucking idiot.
I'm
God damn it. I was looking at the poor Huron cam, and I was just looked over at the chat, and I was like, I wasn't thinking.
I looked at the chat one.
I was like, who the fuck's Andrew Smith? And I was looking at it, I was like, okay.
So, David,
Is
am
it-
I now the idiot?
I don't know.
Because you were talking to Mark, and so when you were answering him, I was looking, but I just looked at the chat, and the first person I saw was Andrew Smith. Said Chattanooga's on fire again. I was like, okay.
Have you not seen how popular that chat is over there?
Oh yeah, they have like 100 and something people watching at all times. I can watch for about 5 minutes of that camera go back and forth twice, and I'm bored. I don't know how people sit in there.
If the person panned it properly.
I just don't know how people sit in there for hours and hours watching the same camera move back and forth. That would bore the living fuck out of me.
Chips, beans and gravy. Not sure the beans and gravy go together, but yeah, I can understand it. Steak pudding.
Did you say gravy or curry?
Gravy.
Gravy. Oh no, he said curry, didn't he? Beans and curry.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I was saying. I was like, gravy.
Give me your money.
Beans.
I wasn't sure if you were pronouncing it differently or if you read that wrong. I was trying to figure
Yeah,
that
I
out.
read it wrong.
He's not very good where he's reading.
I've
Jonathan
got
said curry
curry
putt.
sauce from the chippy. It's weird. You
And
can get steak
Jonathan-
and kidney puddings from chippies up north, but you can't get them from down here.
And Jonathan, to translate that into American, that's dipping sauce from McDonald's.
No, it's not.
Right, no, I'd say no, it's not, but
That's what I took from it.
Curries range from a mild to a very hot vindaloo, or
I know what curry is. I've never actually had it, but I know what it is. Curry's not super prevalent over here.
do you like spicy food?
Yeah.
Well, when you come
I
over,
mean, I've always wanted to try curry. I just never have.
who said I'm inviting Justin over here? He comes over here, I go over there.
oh, he's having McDonald curry sauce. So you was right, Justin.
English curry sauce lunch. Oh. Oh, I was right. Shit. That's right. My translation was correct.
Let's just do a.
Oh, Justin, I'll tell you what they're adding to this game shortly.
No.
Thieves.
Oh, they're adding shoplifters, huh?
Yep.
Now, can you play with other people or no?
No. It would be good. I think they're looking into it because people have asked them.
Yeah, it'd be cool if you come in there as a thief and fucking shoplift. I'll come in your store and steal everything.
Do some ordering again. Made £700. $700, shall I say? Because I've got this game's in frickin' dollars.
So the question is, are simulator games like Power Wash and Supermarket Simulator just sad?
No, I play both of them.
Exactly.
So he's calling you sad.
Yeah, he does this all the time. Just because I can find games that interest me, you can't. Oh, who's that?
Oh, it's Donald.
He's finally come on the panel.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey, good evening.
Donald, haven't I been very nice to you today?
I don't know. I haven't been around much today.
No, when you have been around, haven't I been very nice?
Not really.
Don't get involved,
You
Justin.
threatened to kick me in the dick earlier.
Yeah, you did. And then you threatened to punch him, too.
So, were you nice? We're more nice than normal, but that's not nice.
So the next question. Now Donald's in the hot seat. Is Laura
He's hiding.
mean to
Me?
Donald?
Yeah, you're in the hot seat.
Why am I in the hot seat?
Because he's
So I
asking you a
could
question.
ask this question. Is Laura mean to Donald?
Son
Mark,
of
if
a
they bring out
bitch.
Car Wash
God-
Simulator, you're in trouble, mate.
Oh, what happened?
I took my little drone downtown and flew it.
Oh,
And the
somebody
first
needs
thing I
drugs.
flew, the first thing I shot came out fine. The second thing I shot, which is a shot I really wanted, is showing up as unreadable, as damaged.
Wow. Corrupt memory card.
Oh, didn't JD have a fix for that? Hanging with JD on his channel?
I think
Having
so.
to do with memory cards and drones doing that with the corrupted file? And you could fix it?
And Donald, Mark R. White, and Jonathan say hello.
Hanging with JD had a video that showed, I think, how to fix it.
I'm
Having to
going
do
right
with
there right now just to see.
it was a while back, so you might
Because it's
have
got it's almost a gig worth of file here, so there's
might-
data there.
you might have to go back quite a bit. It was either a short or a video, but it was a while back.
Yeah, he did.
I'd
I'm
say it
sure
was-
he showed how to fix it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think it was about a year ago, so it was a while back. So.
For anyone waiting for the Paul Murray show, he's currently not live, and we don't know if he's going live. But we will stay on air until we know. Did you remember to stop recording before you turn the drone off? That can corrupt the file a little bit, and the best way to do that is to switch the drone back on and record 2 seconds and turn it off.
Yeah, I stopped recording before I landed, yeah. But can't hurt to try.
Oh, was that a
If not, I'm gonna have to go back out there tomorrow and shoot.
He had a video. Just trying to find it. It was either a video or a short. I can't remember.
Where the coffee goes.
But he had it marked as.
Oh, I got
I know he. I know he had a title for it. Oh. Here we go. Prep file.
Find it?
I got. Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat.
Okay.
Well, hopefully this might help you. I don't know.
David,
Yes.
There you go.
when are we taking my drone out? Justin Thomas Stickley.
Hold on. I was trying to help Donald. Fuck.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin. Hey, when is Laura ever mean to me when she stops somebody who's trying to help me with something? And yeah, Donald doesn't matter.
I was just passing the message on that was in the chat. God.
It wasn't Laura that was shouting at.
I just said it how I think Sarah would have said it.
Is Justin muted? Because I would have loved to have heard that conversation.
What?
Where's my dinner?
Yelling at you. I was yelling at Sarah.
What
Like,
was
why
that?
You can wait. I wasn't yelling at you. I was yelling at Sarah. Typing my name in the chat with a freaking exclamation mark. No, watch it, girl.
Oh,
You're
he says
getting
just put it back
brave.
in. Just put it back in for a couple minutes. You don't have to record anything else. Just put it back in and let it set for a little bit. Let the DJI software finish working on it.
Okay. Yeah, I remember it was something
So-
pretty simple. I just couldn't remember the exact steps you said. But
Yeah,
it
it's
did
just like,
work.
damn it.
There was quite a few people that did it, said it worked.
I hope
So-
so. That will save me. And I'll have to leave a comment. I'm going to leave that window open. If it works, I'm going to leave a very complimentary comment.
And if it doesn't, he's going to write a horrible one.
And,
You're actually
I
the
might
second-
even put a like on it.
You're actually the second person I referred to that video. That's why I remembered it.
What I might do if this doesn't work, if this works, what I might do is I might try and recreate what happens and have Fisheye explain what to do to fix it. That way, more people will pay attention to it.
What about
Well,
the
there were-
transsexual?
You know, still
My-
his video is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
There
but
was a
see,
couple people that did comment in there and said it worked for them. So,
You might get more of a response from a transsexual.
what's up with my buddy? Huh? What? Big baby. You're a big baby, Tyson.
How long should I let it sit?
I was wondering who the hell Justin was talking to then.
Oh, Tyson, he's just being a big old baby over here.
I was like, I don't think you'd call Sarah a baby.
But yeah, I may have
All right, bow down.
killed the recording
Jesus
right as I
Christ.
brought it down. Didn't give it enough time to work on it.
Two boys go play.
Come on, Donald, let's go. Leave
You
these
go
girls-
where?
We got to go and play. We've got to leave these girls to it.
Tyson's trying to jump on my lap, and Bo's like ripping him off my lap, trying to play with him.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Do I have to leave?
No, just
No.
said you.
I'll
boys-
leave.
No, just.
I'll leave. You
said
want me to leave?
boys go
I'll
and play.
log off right now. I don't like being in the hot seat. I can leave. So what am I
Oh,
supposed to do in the hot seat?
He was answering me.
Oh, you can. And you can have your question. You can put questions if you're in the hot seat.
Oh,
Any question you want. I'll put Justin back in.
is it supposed to smell this funny?
It's just.
Yeah, the seat over here smells funny.
Oh no, that's not what I was talking about. That smelled funny. It was something else. But I'm glad Justin's in the hot seat now.
I'm actually more curious to see if this works for Donald. Is how long did he say to leave it in there? A couple minutes?
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it 5 minutes just to be on the safe side.
Well, it's too late. I already pulled it out.
Some bitch.
That's what he said.
Justin, if you know what the question is.
Woohoo!
That actually worked.
I think so. It's not showing up as it's showing a thumbnail, so that was my file that I was looking for right there. That worked. All right.
Better pay my bills on.
Now you got to leave a nice comment for JD. And make sure you put my referral code in the chat there. I get 20% for every time I redirect somebody.
Hey Joe, how you doing? If you would like to join the panel, link is at the top.
Oh, I no longer have to be on the till. I have a worker who looks miserable as hell.
How they feel working for you?
So yeah, Mark, I guess that must have been what I did.
No, no one's talking about Tim.
Did that and give it a like.
Well, at least you know that for the future if you have that problem again.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Mr. Skyfly.
Hey, Miss Skyfly. Don't
Hey.
worry about the hot seat, Joe. We only put you in there if you have a question to ask.
And that saved you another trip of going back out again.
Yep.
Were you doing it for an actual shoot or just for yourself?
Yes. This
Yeah, okay.
is for a client. And yes, I was shooting actual paid work on a DJI Mini 1.
That drone was seriously underrated.
It only shoots 2.7K, but since most of
still-
what I master
that's-
is 1080p, it's fine.
That's still plenty good resolution by today's standard.
But it's not 4K and it's not 10-bit and it's not,
oh,
you know,
for
the
fuck's
color
sake.
profile. I can't use a flattened color profile on it, and obviously it's not worth
No.
anything.
You sound like Matt.
Don't insult him.
No, I know those are the arguments against it, but that don't matter. It is still any drone you get from DJI, even going back to the Mini 1, is a capable drone to do some work with.
Oh,
It
yeah.
depends
for
on
sure.
what scale of work you want to do. Would I take this out to shoot a golf course? No. But going downtown into the Arts District, would I be more comfortable putting this up? Which that's where I was. Would I be more comfortable putting this little drone up that's not going to attract anybody's attention, or take a Phantom 4 or anything
Oh, for
else
sure.
down?
100%.
Because I was shooting just across the street from this coffee shop and needed just a half orbit of the front of the coffee shop. So I'm flying maybe 15 feet in the air. That's it.
All right.
So, yeah.
Did what you needed it to do.
You don't need a
Good evening.
crazy transmission
Okay.
system for 15 feet in the air right above you.
Why don't you join us scallywags on the panel?
Yeah, Mark, I've been thinking about, I have been looking at the Air 3 a lot, but until things settle down with, number one, the legislation around DJI, and until I can get a job that would pay for it, I'm not going to pull the trigger on it.
I don't blame you on the whole legislation thing. I'd be a little apprehensive at the moment too.
Good
Till they can
evening,
come up with,
Dominic.
till they can
Okay,
until
so
you know.
What's the debate?
Anything you want.
What do we? Oh, okay.
Yeah, until you know definitively that they've come up with a solution or they just are going to ban it, I would be a little worried too.
If you have a question, we'll put you in the hot seat.
No, okay. No, not yet. I'll think of something.
It's not football related.
This is my channel. You can talk about whatever you want, as long as it's not racist or offensive to anyone. Oh, that's the panel shut down. Right, let's go.
I was about to say, what the fuck? You're running a debate.
As long as it's not racist and against anyone personally to offend to an extreme that.
Okay, I saw one the other day. Was Rogue One necessary?
Was what?
Rogue One. Star
As in the
Wars.
Star Wars
Star Wars.
franchise.
Oh, this might be between Dominic and Donald.
We'd probably agree. don't
I
know.
would say, well, I'm really having a hard time really enjoying any of the recent Star Wars. So I'd probably side with that comment in a very basic, thought, because I just think that I just think it needs
Hey,
that.
Corey, how you doing, mate?
Dominic has been talking for a little bit, and I still have no idea what side he's coming down on.
Yeah, I know, right? he technically didn't say.
Like,
I think it's very unnecessary.
okay.
And I think Star Wars has pretty much jumped the shark in the last couple
I think
of...
it's unnecessary too, but
Mm.
but let me take the opposite side,
Okay, we'll play devil's advocate.
and I will say it is necessary. It was necessary because it came out at a time when we had the new trilogy coming out and disappointing people.
Yeah.
Rogue One, was it necessary in the fact that it gave us new information and it gave us more insight into Star Wars? Absolutely not. That's not why it's necessary. In fact, Star Wars, I think the biggest problem with Star Wars is that it keeps exploring the exact same thing, the exact same people.
Mm.
So I would say that it was necessary in a way that it showed us what a good Star Wars movie that is not Skywalker centric could be.
I can agree with that.
So you think the storyline should have expanded out more than just what it already was, like new characters, new storyline?
No, I think that Star Wars should do that. But in order to do that, you need a transition piece. Because right now, all the Star Wars are Skywalker centric. Skywalker / Palpatine centric.
Yeah.
And so we don't have a reference outside of that. The only reference we have outside of that is Solo, which really isn't outside of that because Han is part of that original trilogy. So the only real thing we have that is outside of that would be Rogue One. As far as movies.
Yes, you make it valid.
Even if you look at the Star Wars TV that they've done, you have the friggin' Baby Yoda. What is that? I can't think of the name of that show.
Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian. They still cannot find a way to get past dragging it back in because they have Luke Skywalker show up. They still cannot find a way to get past this very insular area. And, you know, in a galaxy far, far away, let's see the galaxy. Why do we keep focusing around these same little stories?
You want to see new characters.
I would like to see a whole new story.
Right.
Give me a small story in that universe. And that's what Rogue One showed us. It showed us that we could have a small story that did not have a single Jedi in it. You had one guy that was Force sensitive, but he wasn't a Jedi.
Still think Die Hard was a Christmas movie.
We already did that one.
Yeah, I know that, but this
Okay.
that's going to go on for another 9 months.
What's another one then?
What's another what?
Like,
You're in the hot seat. You come up with the topic.
Yeah, you're in the hot seat, so it's your.
Well, they're talking about it in the chat.
so what was better, Star Wars or Star Trek?
It's a really hard topic to discuss because I like both.
One is science fiction. The other is science fantasy. They both exist in different categories.
I don't like either.
Okay, what's the difference between science fiction and science fantasy?
Science fiction is explainable by in-world rules, whereas science fantasy is not. It's done by basically science magic,
Okay.
and you don't really have a way of saying, "Oh, that's because of this." Even if you make it up, it's still a slight difference.
Link is at the top of the chat. You can join anytime you like. You're welcome on the panel anytime.
It wasn't that long ago here, David.
You just asked in the chat. Can I join you guys again, please?
Oh, he wants to come in and jump in a Star Wars, Star Trek debate. That's the only reason he wants to show up.
Yeah.
He's like, ooh, I can talk about that.
Okay, you're more than welcome to
Mr.
jump in
Carter,
at any
Mr. Carter.
time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You don't have to ask, man. Just jump in if the link's there.
Yeah.
Link,
You know,
link's
you-
there.
Top, anybody in the chat can join tonight.
Yep, jump in. Give us your.
What the?
I might jump
Look,
off.
I love how Dominic gave himself a big ass head of hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Did any of you guys know about Doctor Who?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
well, take me out of the hot seat because I don't know shit about Doctor Who.
Um.
You guys can start an argument about that. I don't know nothing about that.
Here, let me find I need to upload a spot real quick. Let me find it.
Alright. Wrong screen. Dude. Alright. Let's. Dominic, do you know anything about Doctor Who?
Not enough to discuss it. I know a couple of the.
I know Donald knows
most
it.
of the names of the the actual Doctor Who's and the
David, I'll
assistant.
jump
but-
into the chat. Catch you later.
Okay.
Later.
Someone taught Cool Cat through how to get
If you
thingy
join the
when he gets
panel,
on.
we'll show you how to do it. You don't have to have an avatar. This is just a bit of fun.
Yeah. I'm doing it because everybody else is doing it, other than Donald.
Oh, peer pressure.
No, Donald is an avatar. He's just a
Oh,
very
okay.
good one.
It's peer pressure.
Oh wait.
I didn't want. I didn't want to have FOMO. So. Yeah. Okay.
Donald's avatar is rubbish. Looks nothing like him.
Fucking
Yeah.
more. Cool cat.
Where are my proofs? Better than retail. Where is my better than retail? There it is. Okay, what about Doctor Who?
David.
Mark wants to know who is the best Doctor in Doctor Who.
Tom Baker.
Yeah.
But that's a trick question because everyone has their own doctor. And it has to do with the time that you were introduced to Doctor Who. Who you think is the best doctor.
I'm probably between either John Pertwee or Tom Baker. And considering we're roughly the same age,
You there, Cool cat?
What the hell just happened here?
Michael. Hello.
So I'll
Hello?
just go ahead and I'll come down on the side of Tom Baker.
Okay. Then I'll take John Pertwee then.
Okay. And would you like to defend your position?
I don't think there is anything to be defended. I think it's all personal preference.
Then you're not really understanding what a debate is.
Well, all you gotta say, Dominic, is because I'm right.
Yeah, because
And that's
no, but as I said, I do agree with Tom Baker because I think from the visual point of view, the way he dressed, I thought was more becoming of the program and the time. Whereas I thought John Pertwee was also
He's a cool
good.
cat.
He
True.
just disappeared. Well, William Hartnell was William Hartnell was the first Doctor, but then there's
Yes.
then you're gonna say, but William Hartnell was the first Doctor. So
Did they ruin it by having a female Doctor?
Ooh, that's a good question.
okay,
Or
let's.
should- or should they have a Doctor with a wife? You know, a Miss Doctor Who.
I'm going to say no, they did not ruin it by having a woman. Does anybody want to debate me on this?
No, because I agree with you.
You don't think they ruined it?
No,
Yeah.
I think they
I
ruined
think
it
they
when
ruined
they
it.
fucking first created it, but that's
I think they ruined it. They didn't ruin it by making the Doctor a woman. They ruined it by shitty writing.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
But-
sure Family Guy said that
The writing back in the day was not that great to begin with. We got spoiled for a while there. When Chris Eccleston, when they revitalized Doctor Who with Chris Eccleston, when they relaunched it,
yeah,
that was some great writing at the very beginning. I mean, you had the one season we had with Eccleston, and he saw the Daleks, and you saw true fear in his eyes, and he was acting. It wasn't just like the classic Doctor was just like, and just kind of, those are. No, this was actual true acting and really good stories, interesting stories. And we got spoiled by that. And then when you get a decline in the writing, maybe a decline in the acting, but mainly a decline in the writing, because heck, I don't think any of the Doctors have been bad actors
no,
in the new run. But the writing has, especially in the female series, was very from a specific point of view, it was not a Doctor Who story. It was some other story that had Doctor Who clothes on.
Yeah.
But another point is putting Jodie Whittaker as the female Doctor. Is that peer pressure? Was it society wants us to do that, and that's why they did it, rather than an evolution?
Maybe, but I don't really mind it. I liked when the Doctor first regenerated, and it was Jodie Whittaker. I liked her. I liked her mannerisms. It was interesting, but it just kind of went bleh. And there was you saw some signs of that in the Amy Pond storylines and stuff earlier on, that it just didn't feel. I'm trying to think of what the word would be, but it didn't feel like Classic Who, where, Classic Who, just about every week. I mean, you had some carryover at points, but it felt like
Okay, cool, Cat.
the story for that episode took precedence over the story arc for the season or the series. Whereas later on, they started bringing in more series-wide stories, multi-episode arcs.
Would anyone like to see him get a new sat nav and move out of modern day London?
Yeah,
Interesting.
he lands every time. The TARDIS always lands in London
Yeah.
Yeah.
or Cardiff. But yeah, there have been some interesting locations I would like to see them revisit in the new series.
I'd like to see him, just miscalculate and end up perched on top of a cliff, open the door and it's like, whoa!
Kind of what happened when he landed in the time bubble outside of time in The Doctor's Wife, was it? I think it was Doctor's. I can't remember the name of the title of the episode, but it was the one where the TARDIS was personified. I really don't know enough about Doctor Who to speak on it.
Yeah.
I find this whole argument to be very shallow and pedantic.
Mark, would you like to share who was the first female Time Lord?
Johnny.
From my personal point of view, I'd have you were saying?
I was going to say, have you seen Laura, Mark? All right, go ahead.
I was going to say, my personal point of view, my highlights of the recent reboot has been Billy Piper and Karen Gillan, or Gillan, however you pronounce her surname. I do enjoy watching it because of those two, so I'll just throw my 2 cents worth in there. Okay, this debate seems to have come to a bit of a screeching halt.
Mark said it wasn't the first time we've seen a female Time Lord, though.
Yeah, that's
No,
why
it's
I
not.
asked him.
I know the Ronnie, but
It was one of the incarnations of the Master.
no, that we did get a female Time Lord as the Master, but the Ronnie was in the Sylvester McCoy run, I think.
Ding dong.
Okay, hello guys.
All right, cool.
Okay, yeah.
Cool Cat, go down to where it says start video
In fact, I guarantee it
Yeah.
was Sylvester McCoy.
and go to show avatar. And just if you sign in, just sign in with Google. It takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Or Facebook, whichever
Yeah.
easiest.
Okay.
And then you can build your avatar there.
Show avatar. I don't know
If
where it
you're-
says show avatar. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
I'll figure
yeah.
it out.
I forgot we did have a female Time Lord in the Tom Baker series.
Hmm.
Okay.
Or go to video settings and go to background and effects.
Yeah,
Don't worry
video.
about it. Listen, it's not a particularly important thing. Carry on with the discussion. Tom Baker, by the way, gets my vote for the best Doctor Who.
what?
I'd have to concur.
What was
As I said, I would go Tom Baker. but for the-
I missed what was Cool Cat's?
He said he would have to agree with you.
yeah,
That
he's
Tom Baker's the best.
Yeah.
There's something about the scarf.
Okay, who
Yeah.
was the best Batman? There you go.
That's a good one.
Now, are we talking television series or movies?
Movies, because there was a lot more in the movies.
Hmm.
A lot more. Well, I guess you could say either one, because.
Oh no,
Well-
they're different questions. They're different questions.
Okay, so we're
I think-
okay. So let's
Yeah.
go with the movies. Favorite Batman and favorite Joker.
It's certainly not Michael Keaton, so I'll put a line through Michael Keaton.
Yeah. That's, I
Okay,
don't think
are we staying with
was
Joker or
good at
Batman?
all.
Well, we could start with Batman.
Michael Keaton is good. He's
Hi,
a
Sarah.
good actor,
Hey,
but
Sarah.
not good at Batman.
All right. I'm going to go with a more controversial pick. Kevin Conroy from the animated series.
Oh. I trust you to have an obscure one.
Oh, Sarah
I
put
think
that
it's
on.
He played Batman for a longer period of time than anybody else.
Okay.
But again, everything is but firstly we have the comic book,
Yeah.
and then the comic book led rise to the TV show, and then the TV show led rise to the movie. So
Okay. Okay. Stick to movie ones. Who was the best?
really tough one.
Michael Keaton was the most true to the comic books.
Yeah, but he didn't physically look like that, so that's why.
You don't
But-
think he fit the character? Is what you're saying?
Yeah,
Um,
but his mannerisms and the way he spoke, he was closer to what Adam West did than most of the others. But I think from the visual point of view, he isn't. But I'm having
Okay.
real,
I want to change my answer.
yeah.
The best Batman was Michael Keaton. The best Bruce Wayne was Val Kilmer.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's from.
Okay. That's an interesting distinction. Wayne and Batman. Yeah.
If we're talking movies.
Okay.
Now, what would you say about Joker in the movies?
Oh,
I'm gonna have to go with
Jack
Heath
Nicholson.
Ledger on that one.
Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson.
I have to go Heath Ledger as well.
You want Jack Nicholson, Cool Cat?
Yeah, Jack Nicholson over Ledger. Now, don't get me wrong, Heath Ledger was great, but Nicholson nailed it. And but also, do you remember the Riddler? You know what I'm
Oh,
going to
yes.
say, right? You know who I'm going to say.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. It's obvious. That obvious.
Frank
Yeah,
Gorshin.
yeah,
Wait,
Jim Carrey, but I can't discount Frank Gorshin though. But
Yeah.
Frank Gorshin was the TV show.
Oh yeah, he was great as
Yeah.
well. Assuming that's the guy who was opposite Adam West most of the time. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Frank
But
Gorshin.
he was good.
Adam
Very
West.
good.
we don't have a lot of Riddlers to choose from.
Yeah,
I I suppose what we can do as a category, how about just say Batman bad guys? Because then you can wrap it all up together. Then
Yeah,
Riddlers
I'm going to
and
say
Scarecrows.
Joaquin Phoenix or Jack Nicholson for two different reasons.
Yeah, because it was not necessarily, it was more of a Batman theme rather than Batman.
Sticking to the comic books, Jack Nicholson was probably our best.
Yeah,
Representation.
sorry, we can't do the Penguin. The jokes on the back of the packet are just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't go past Burgess
just chopping
Meredith anyway. So Burgess Meredith is the Penguin. That's, we're all out.
Guess Paul's not going live.
Right, next up for debate, movie storylines that don't make sense.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a vague comment.
How about
I got mine, Cole. I'll be back.
Mulholland Drive. There you go. Pick the bones out of that one.
Yeah, it is a movie that it does. He's got a good point there. But as I said, that's such a vague topic.
Well,
Yeah.
not really. I mean, you look at things like Back to the Future. Yeah. The whole
Here we go.
storyline is he has to go back to the future, and then he has to get. He goes back in time, and he has to get back to the future. But while he's there, he's not allowed to do anything to change history.
Mm.
Otherwise,
So what was the?
he would
so it's like-
eliminate the future. But
So it's like, what was the
everything
point?
he did would have changed history. Literally everything.
Well, it's like if he was going back to the past, but wasn't supposed to change anything, then what was the point of him going to the past?
Well, he went to the past because the doctor was shot. You
Yeah.
know, he set off in the car and he wasn't actually meant to go back. But then he needed the doctor to get back to the future. But the doctor told him, don't do anything that could change, the future. So by him going back and then his mum actually falling in love with him, he physically changed the future.
Mm.
Yeah, because would it not have been weird if she'd, sat at the table one day and said, "You know what, Marty? You look like this guy that got me and your dad together." And then George would have said to her, "Did you cheat on me?"
Didn't his mom want to sleep with him when he went back in time too?
Yeah, exactly. So you think about it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Back in the future, when she says, "You look like the guy that got me and your dad back together," me and your dad together, and then George would then obviously have to ask the question, "Did you sleep with Marty? And why is he called Marty? What the hell's going on here?" Could you imagine the whole family bust up over that? Some Jerry Springer shit going on.
So what you're saying, it was just in a way, it was just like hopping through time to sleep with your cousin? Ancestral time travel is what you're saying?
Yeah, something like that, if you think about it.
Yeah, if you put that sort of spin on it.
You
Yeah.
see, there would be a point where George would have to ask, how did that happen? And Marty would have to confess that he went back in time. Yeah. The whole history would just constantly keep changing.
I wonder if Donald's still sitting at his computer because I see his mouth moving. It must be on the phone.
You see, the often physicists regard the paradoxes as an example that something's not right. So it's like an error, If you're doing something and
A glitch in the system.
Yeah. It just means that whatever happened along the way, you went in the wrong direction, because paradoxes means that it's kind of mutually impossible. It just means that it can't be the case. That's all it means. It doesn't mean that something weird would happen. But when it comes to time travel itself, there's no real reason why you can't necessarily travel in time, other
Yeah,
than
in theory it can
in
be.
theory, yeah.
But you don't want to. But the whole problem with that and the temporal causality is you don't
Yes.
want to get stuck in a causality loop.
And that's the
What
other thing.
What are we
as
talking
well.
about?
Wouldn't Marty keep going back in time, even though he's just seen that, you know,
That's what I mean. You're starting a causality loop.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
just
co-
literally
yeah, you're
going
not-
round.
Are you talking about Back to the
they're
Future?
paradoxical
Yeah.
in any-
Yeah,
We're
we run
saying-
back.
You know,
Every
And
time
I
he goes
want-
back, he jumps into a different reality.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's it. Yeah, this is the
It's
thing.
multiverse.
It does explain.
but Donald, don't you think there would be a scenario at some point where Marty's mum would say, Marty, you look like the guy that got me and your dad together, and George would then come to conclusion and go, yes, and why have we called our son after that guy, and he looks like him, did you sleep with him, and cause a whole family bust up?
Well, David, let me answer this to you. When you were in high school, did you meet anybody and spend an entire day with them? And can you remember their face now?
Yes.
You have photographic memory of people you met for 1-2 days?
Maybe not 1 or 2 days, but from a childhood, yeah.
Well, how long was he around her in the movie? It was like a week, wasn't it?
Yeah,
week.
about a week.
Yeah.
About a week.
Okay.
I can't. I have cousins. I can't remember what they look like.
But this is the question, though, Donald. In that week, because I don't really remember the movie too much because it's been a long time since I've seen it. In that week's time, did they get into a lot of action and a lot of shit together? Because that would cause a lot of, like, you know, you really
I remember the
remember.
I remember the name of the little Korean girl that I made out with. I cannot remember her face,
So
but
now,
I
have
spent
we
quite a bit
stumbled-
of time with her, and I was close enough to her that we spent quite a bit of time on a couch.
So have we now
But-
stumbled on?
I don't remember what she looks like.
Right, have we now stumbled on the storyline for the next Back to the Future where he has to go back and correct the error of him meeting his mum and getting George and his mum together to prevent the family breakup later in
No, I
the
think
future?
Back to the Future 4 is where we find out that time travel causes Parkinson's.
Oh my God! There we go.
Yeah, and we should all start writing it. Start
Awesome.
writing Back to the Future 4 now.
I think we have just found the next storyline. They're going to have to go back, and he's going to have to correct his errors to stop a family split up later in life, and therefore breaking what Dominic said was the infinite loop of him going back.
Yeah. Then,
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: loops are paradoxes. That's it. It's the same thing.
yeah, becomes a paradoxical situation
Yeah.
then.
Which essentially just means that there's something wrong with the assumption that you've made about time travel. Now, here's the thing: Don mentioned something as well, which is really important about realities. You see, you've heard of the many worlds theory of
Studied it pretty. Studied it intimately.
Well, here's the thing. It's believed that it's possible that maybe when things happen, when you have a choice to go one way or another, all that
Yeah.
happens is reality itself splits up into two, and then again and again into
That
as
brings
many
it to the
realities
slot. That's a
as you want.
sliding doors moment.
Right. So
What you would think of, you've done.
You know,
you've to the full
there's all sorts
right.
of ways that you can, and it does explain a few things. It certainly explains the what do you call it, the fine tuning, quite nicely.
But
Anyway,
on that brings us to another movie called Sliding Doors.
okay.
I know it's a chick flick, and I know it's got Gwyneth Paltrow in, but it does bring out a very interesting thought experiment on
Okay.
top of another movie called The Butterfly Effect.
Right. Yeah.
Now, when you look at the causality of sliding doors let's say you come to a fork. Not, I'm going to say a fork in the road, but what I'm saying is you come to a state where you rush for a tram or bus or whatever, and you miss that bus. The bus goes on, and there's an accident or so, or you get the bus and something else happens. Then you go back to the fact that in your mind, if you miss a bus or you miss something, it's an opportunity, or are late for something, what would happen if you were early for something, and then the bifurcation timeline, meaning that in one timeline you're doing this and in one timeline you're doing that. How do you rectify both situations where in a different timeline, an alternate timeline, you're doing something a little bit more? Excuse me, I got a phone call.
So the question is as well, like in Big Bang Theory, you've got the many different universes with as many different Sheldons. Yeah. Now the question is,
where there's a universe where you got on the train, and then there's a universe where you didn't get on the train.
You didn't. Yeah. But the question is, if you go off on one direction, and you say like Dominic said, you get the bus and the bus crashes and you die in that bus crash, does the one that went the other way and didn't get on the bus, does that actually die with it? Because it couldn't technically go on, otherwise we would all go on in an infinitive way. We would just keep going on and on and on.
Well, the universe wouldn't cease to exist, but it would cease to matter.
Yeah, but that's the point. What I'm saying is, if in one direction you go off and you die, the other direction you go off, but you made that decision, you're not involved in that accident, yeah? But you're also affecting then the timeline of other people in the direction of left, say, right? The direction of you missed the bus and you didn't involve in the accident, so you've already affected the timeline of the people that you meet along that way. Right.
Well,
so
I'm gonna have to go with cool.
Way, if you die in that one, you should have to die in the other one. Otherwise, you're gonna keep changing the ultimate timeline and sending more spikes off in every direction before you know it, the universe is imploded into something that it can cease to.
No, it's a fractal universe with infinite timelines.
There you go.
Look, I'm gonna have to go with Cool Cat because he sounds like an English professor.
Yeah, but I'm dressed that way. My avatar looks like Cool Cat talks.
No other comparison. Yeah. So an interest in physics a professor does not make.
The universe is a strange one.
I've got a question. I've got a question about, recently there was a physics debate around, it's kind of started by Sir Roger Penrose. He suggested, I suspect Dominic knows what I'm going to say, about cyclical universes. Now, that's his theory. He believes that rather than the Big Bang accelerating away forever and ever, amen, he believes that eons passed, and there's a coming back in the opposite direction, like a universe retraction, and then another kind of compression that pops, like it's a bounce, and it keeps bouncing.
Hey, you're basically saying the big bang, and then the big crunch, and then the big bang.
No, you guys have
Yep, hence the cycles, cyclical universe type model. Now, I think that makes a lot of sense, and it does make a lot of sense also in terms of it really
you dropped into a wormhole.
The fine-tuning thing. Because hear me out. If the only way that we can exist is when the universe is tuned in such a way, then the only time that we will ever know because, obviously we don't exist without it, the only time that we ever know is when that bounce gives us what we want. So by default, the only way that we can ever exist is in a universe that has that fine-tuned amount or whatever, with regards to, the strong magnetic and weak magnetic and strong and nuclear forces and whatnot, existing in the fine-tuned manner that they are. I think that that could well be the case. It does seem to kind of tick lots of boxes for me. So what do you reckon, Dominic?
Well, yeah, I do agree with you, but at the same time, we do have to look at various topics in terms of you've got the theory of relativity and the theory on a quantum level, meaning that the theory of relativity does work for all the numbers, but once you get down into the quantum level, those numbers don't agree. So you've got two theories.
Can I just ask you?
We've got the two theories that.
Can I just ask you one thing whilst we're on the subject? Whilst we're on the subject of GR, when Einstein compiled general relativity, was he giving us a map of the territory, or was he giving us the territory? Because sometimes there's an expression, isn't there? The expression is, the map isn't the territory. Right. So, what do you think?
We just need to throw this out from the chat. Jonathan has asked, "What's the big crunch?" So we know what the big bang is, but what's the big crunch?
Basically, what happens is you've got a big bang, and then we go backward, and everything crunches to.
Well, the question is okay? So if there was a big bang, where is the universe expanding into?
No, hang on. Let me. Can I say something a minute? So, for everyone concerned, at some point it was worked out that everything's travelling away from us. And in fact, it's accelerating. And it was discovered by a guy who and who discovered a red shift, which means that the.
I was just going to say red shift. I can't even know its name.
So, it means that at some point there was an area where everything kind of sprang from. So it's in a way that, imagine if you're blowing a balloon up and the balloon can blow up infinitely. We are kind of in the center of that balloon. In fact, everyone and everything at one point was in the center. So everything is kind of expanding from, outwards all the time for everyone, not just us. But yeah, so Jonathan, the big bounce is where that acceleration then wanes, slows down, stops, moves back again, and then everything starts to compress, and then you get that singularity again, bang, and then another.
So you're saying it's just a repeat?
Yeah. So it's like
a bouncing ball.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Like a bouncing ball. Yeah. You get all that energy comes together, bang, blows itself apart again.
Do you think over time this bouncing ball, like a bouncing ball, it will bounce and it will come back so far before it goes back down, and then come back up, and eventually it will lose momentum to where it just stops?
Well, here's the thing. Just imagine how much energy we're talking about now, and how huge it is. Now, for something to lose energy, and as I'm sure you know in physics, energy doesn't die. It only gives the impression that it does because it gets lost. So.
Well, the only way to end an energy is burning.
Well, no, not really. You have to turn it into mass, technically. But
it just transforms into
even when you burn something, nothing's spent. It just gets lost.
Well, it's transformed.
Transforms into a different state.
Yeah.
You can't keep
anything off. But if we keep transforming energy, eventually the energy itself will change its form and stop in one form and another.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. The energy will always exist. I mean, here's something important to realise, that if you were to look at something really, really small in a microscope, right, you'd see something called Brownian motion, where all the molecules are jiggling, they're moving. Now, when you heat something up, when you apply energy to that system, they jiggle faster. And so that's all that heat is. When you cool something down, the jiggling slows, which is why when they experiment on things, they like to do it in nice cold environments, as close to zero as possible, so that nothing's pissing around with the experiment because nothing's moving. So imagine a molecule that's been around since the beginning of time. That molecule vibrating and the energy in that molecule, that hasn't slowed down. So think about that. It's only a tiny bit of energy, and it's linked to that molecule, and it's jiggling. Because the energy is not being dissipated in heat or transferred to anything else. It's like having a pull ball, right? And you throw a pull ball, and it goes around the table, and just keep going forever and ever. It's kind of like that. So you imagine that tiny little molecule still has the same energy. And if you were to measure the energy, it would be precisely the same as it was from the beginning of the universe.
Well, I kind of get it, but with all things that you bounce, spin or something, it comes to an end.
Well, that's the thing. On Earth, and with air around and resistance and things being able to transfer into other forms of energy, that it looks that way, and that's what we see, and that's what we kind of anticipate when we experience physics on the level that we have human physics.
I was just going to point out that if you're moving the pool ball around the table, it will stop because of the inertia that is applied to it once it hits something. Once it hits something, the force is then transferred to the bumper on the side. So that will take some force out of it, because it's Newton's third law of motion. Every action is equal and an opposite reaction.
So eventually, this ball of energy that we are, this massive energy, it's zooming out away from the sun, as we call it, that eventually will hit another source of energy coming the other way.
In theory, yes.
And then that will cause another sort of kind of Big Bang.
Based on what, that you think there's something coming the other
the
other
same
way?
Big Bang, and I'm saying is that the first Big Bang, it was one of many, and it has to be one of many simply because the level of fine tuning that we have in the universe is so specific that it would have to have banged for eons and eons, right, to get to a point where it now can sustain the life and everything else that we have now with that balance of radioactivity. What do they call it? God, I got terrible memory. The fine. There's all sorts of constants as well that are set just so that if they weren't just so, we wouldn't be able to have electrons moving around atoms and all sorts of other stuff.
I would say that you guys are approaching this from within the concept of time, whereas if you view time as another dimension, then the entire universe, from the Big Bang to the death heat of the universe, the heat death of the universe, is a fixed shape. It is a crystal. And there are veins. We have a David little vein going through, like you would have through rock, how you would have a certain vein of mineral going through a rock. You are that David-shaped little vein, that little flavor of material that goes through that construct, that big crystalline universe that was created. And we only experience time based on our view of it.
Our rotation around the sun, basically.
Yeah, we perceive lots and lots of tiny events taking place. In fact,
but even the conservation of energy, there is no outside energy. It's all contained within that construct.
So energy can never be spent. It can only be lost and transferred into different types of energy.
Yeah.
And whilst
Is this
doing so,
debate with
whilst it gets
Birdman or getting high
transferred,
with
it doesn't work.
Birdman?
What? Right. Now, well, we got this little interlude.
Yeah.
Let's have a couple of comical questions from East Coast Frills. This is to Cool Cat. He's got 2 questions.
Oh,
He
go on.
says,
Hang on.
"How old are you, sir? And are you, or have you been, a member of MI6? You can tell us. We're all friends here." Over to you, Cool Cat.
Yeah, you know, and that's funny, you see, because if I told you East Coast, I would have to travel down to Jersey and kill you immediately. So,
Oh, okay.
oh, it
And
says
he's
Jersey
not
here on my
because
screen.
because
No,
if
I'm
he
just kidding.
was, he would send somebody else.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I'd do myself, that'd be silly. What am I doing? Yeah. Yeah, I've never worked for MI6. I'm 51 years old, and yeah, that's it. I live in a tiny little flat in Salisbury. I'm lucky enough to live here because it's awesome.
Bloody expensive.
It is, can
Wait,
be, yeah.
isn't Salisbury where the Choconock thing was?
Oh, hang on a minute. What's the name of it? Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, the Russian agent gas
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. What's the poison called? What did you say? Chopping off?
Choconoff or something like that.
No. Oh, you've screwed me up now. What was the name of it?
Let's see if I can get it up.
Oh, hang on a minute.
No, I can't. It's gone out of my head.
Can't remember. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. What are we thinking of?
The poison that was used, the Russian agent poison that was used in Salisbury.
It
Oh.
was, yes,
Yeah, I don't remember.
Novichok.
Novichok.
Ah,
Yeah,
there you go.
Novich.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was not
Yeah.
far from it.
yeah.
Yeah, Novichok. The guy who was, let me see, what's he called? Dumpster diving. His name was Charlie Rowley. And I knew him. I mean, I knew him from town. In fact, I used to give him money occasionally because he was, begging and stuff. And his girlfriend, Dawn, her name was. She was the one that he gave this bottle of perfume to. I'm sure you know this anyway, right? Because you've seen it in the news.
Yeah, we've
But,
seen this.
Yeah, I just couldn't
No.
remember the name of it.
She squirted it all over herself and immediately, kind of became unconscious and thrashing around. We had to take her away.
Oh, wow.
Fortunately, she died.
Mark said, strangely enough, the Texan that lives across the road from me used to do lectures in nuclear physics at Texas University.
Oh, okay. Now, I'm going into my chat now because on my phone so that I can read what's being said.
Delete.
Let me see. Let's try and find. There it is.
Mark said,
Birdman.
strangely enough,
Whoops.
Amateur.
Now I can read the chat. That's cool.
Wow, Mark, somebody from Texas actually lives across the street from me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, another important thing about time. So Don brought up the idea of time. Now, of course, it's something that we interpret and we perceive, obviously
Nah.
differently to other. It's a kind of it's a subjective thing. You experience time in a way. And I'm sure you've had moments even when time goes quickly. Say if you
Yeah.
sleep very, very soundly, the sensation of time just passing, that's exactly the same as how it varies with different things. It's just if you notice it, and it's the same as if you have a very intense situation where you're panicking and time can sometimes slow down only because you're taking more time to sense it all. And that's it's really kind of the same thing for everyone else. But time in itself is just the way that nature organizes the events that happen in it, so that the one set of events doesn't get past another. And the time, that let's say the speed of light, is really the speed of causality. It's the speed in which nature allows things to happen in an order, so whereby which it doesn't get fucked up. There you go. So it's not the speed of light; it's the speed of causality.
So. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
I got a fortune.
What was his reasoning for moving to the UK, Mark?
It's better than Texas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he thought it was.
I was over a woman. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Over a girl.
The things we do for women, eh?
That's
Like moving from one place to a shithole.
Yeah.
a lady I worked with at Walmart. She was from the UK, and she met her husband. He was in the U.S. military stationed over there. She's been living over here for like 25, 30 years now. And then they go back to visit her family. Every couple of years, they go back to the UK and visit.
So, Dominic, you're up next. What do you want to debate?
I do want to go down the sliding doors topic. I know that we've almost covered it, but sliding doors, butterfly effect.
Let me just stop you right there, Dominic. You're wrong.
Quantum entanglement.
There you go. Quantum entanglement. I'd cover that if you want.
Yeah, as I said, it my discussion is with quantum entanglement, but also with the sliding doors principle, as in butterfly. Well, sliding doors 1 and butterfly effect 2. In terms of sliding doors, moments where you think I should have done that, or because I did that, I'm now doing this.
Right.
So we go back, things like, basically, let's go back 4 years, where we started all the COVID protocols and the lockdowns and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you my story.
Yeah.
And while we were locked down in Melbourne,
Yeah.
in that period of time, we weren't allowed to move more than 5 kilometres from it, 3 miles, 5 kilometres from anywhere.
Yeah, I know it's very strict in Australia.
Yeah. So my thought was basically to hunker down and just get on YouTube and not necessarily research everything, but
Take over every panel.
that was before that. But watch. I'm going to explain how I got here.
Yeah.
So I would watch hours and hours and hours of topics that I really enjoy. One of them's aviation.
Oh, yeah.
Watching about, because I wanted to be a pilot, commercial pilot when I was really young, and did get to the whole junior pilot thing. Then life got in the way. And then just before we had before anybody knew about COVID, 6 months earlier, I just happened to go to a school reunion. And one of them in that reunion, we hadn't spoken in like 30 years.
Yeah.
And we were doing robotics and other home automation sort of things. So we were chatting that night, and I got it. We exchanged phone numbers and email addresses because we hadn't caught up, and I wasn't able to find him.
Yeah.
Fast forward back to March. So basically this time 4 years ago, I thought, okay, I'm gonna, I've got 8 hours in a day that I wasn't allowed to go anywhere, so I thought I'm just gonna lock myself in front of
I'm
a.
just going to leave you in the hot seat to discuss this while I'll be back in 5.
Yeah, no worries. So basically, I, got on YouTube and typed in things like robotics and automation, aviation, and then those 3 topics sort of like merged into one, and we came to the aerial side of robotics, and it led me into the whole drone space.
Yeah.
Now, on top of that, there was a a promotion by the phone company that I used, and they were not giving away, but the loyalty point sort of thing.
Yep.
And I had enough loyalty points, and then they had the Mavic Mini, so I thought, okay,
Yep.
let's see how we go. So I purchased that, and then I think, well, 4 years previous to that, there was another product they had, which was the DJI Spark, and it was either a DJI Spark or a Samsung 360 camera. I bought the Samsung 360 camera, and then 3 years later, in that 3-year period, I was thinking, well, I think I should have bought the Spark. And then by the time that I realised that, I'm thinking, there's a sliding doors moment there. If I'd gotten the Spark in 2017 and started flying drones then, would I still have found my way here into this community and doing what I'm doing now, or would I be in a different timeline or different bifurcation of time?
What caused your interest in drones? Watching YouTube?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so that's your catalyst right there. If at that point you decided you didn't want to watch it, then probably not.
Robotics and aeronautical stuff. So it all came together.
Yeah.
And of course,
and because of certain
circumstances.
But do you think this is where the discussion is? Do you think there is a predestined path that we are on?
Say again. Do you think there's what? Say again.
What I'm saying is,
do you think there's what?
Is there a predestined path?
3 what?
Meaning, was I?
So is he's saying is your
do we have free will, or is the universe deterministic?
Because all I heard was, is there 3? So I didn't hear what. Yeah, go on. So did you say, is there free will?
What I was saying is, is your instincts and your intuition pointing you towards the destiny?
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, right. So go on.
Because what I'm saying is my intuition, my wants, pointed me in this direction, and I'm in a situation where I'm a lot better off than I would have if I didn't find this community. What I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I've been down the what do you call it, the free will rabbit hole, and I came to the conclusion really quite solidly too that we don't have free will, but we have to behave as if we do. Because
Damn
if
it,
we
Cool Cat! You just stole my thunder. I was going to say the
Oh,
exact same
shit.
thing.
Sorry, John. Go for it. You say it.
No, you got it. But yeah, I've been down that same thing. You go back and go back, read Heidegger, and you go through philosophy, through the entire history of philosophy. It's like coming down on which side is it, and everything points to a deterministic universe, but philosophy is a struggle against it.
Yeah, I guess.
It is what is our experience, and for our own sanity, we have to behave as if we have free will.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with that, but at the same
You pissed
time,
me off, Cool Cat.
Sorry,
does does the universe try and teach you a lesson, or does it point you in the right direction? And if you make the wrong choice, you get punished for it.
But
So
here's the
it's
thing.
whether
You
you
pissed
pick
me off, but you can take solace in the fact that it was nothing you did or that I did. It was determined to be so.
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
And
I did piss you off, but by no free will of my own, I might add.
Yeah, and I had no way to prevent it of being
So
pissed off.
we've basically just confirmed that there is a deterministic vibe to the universe. So QED, basically.
Quod erat demonstrandum, indeed.
Well, that's because we examine it too. You know,
Yeah.
maybe
Basically,
free
what
will
you're saying,
is
Dominic,
something that exists outside of self-examination.
So
basically
But
what you're saying there, Dominic,
that brings me back to the point where the universe basically made
If a
me
dog,
find-
I've got a little syllogism. If a dog shits in my yard, will I step in it going out to the car?
not necessarily.
to pick the crack pipe up or not to pick the crack pipe up, that is the question.
But that then brings us. But that would then bring us back to Schrodinger's cat. Then
Well,
we then live in two. We
Oh,
live in
Schrodinger's cat. He was a channel I watched. He passed away a couple years ago.
Yeah,
he's a cool cat.
that was sad. But Schrodinger's cat is another physics experiment.
yeah,
Thought
it's
experiment.
a psychological.
It's a thought experiment,
the
not
cat is
physics
alive or
experiment.
dead in the box.
Well,
Yeah, you
Uh,
don't know if you don't know about something until you actually see it.
Yeah,
misunderstood.
and or hear it. So
Let's see. Yeah,
Yeah, but in the
So,
case
like-
of that, then is how do you? Is what you see is always what is actually happening? Do you perceive it
like,
as
and
it's
the,
actually happening?
the other question: if a tree falls in a forest
just
and
gonna
there's
say
no
that.
one round to hear it, does it make a noise?
well, that's the thing.
And you can't
I was
prove
just going to
it.
say that one. So
There's
you
a
basically stole my
philosophical
thunder.
discussion around what the word noise means. Does it infer that you have listened to it?
I think
do,
with the
man.
whole noise thing, it's whether there's something there that can perceive and pick up the noise.
Well,
Is it some
unfortunately,
noise perceivable?
Schrodinger's cat has been bastardized. Schrodinger was arguing against the fact that the cat was both alive and dead.
Exactly. Now you pissed me off, John. Now you pissed me off, John. You said exactly what I was going to say.
As I said, we've basically.
It was a
proved-
ridiculous thought experiment because he was against the idea that the wave would collapse upon being
Exactly.
observed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He said nonsense. Look, if you link this to that, how could this be the case? It's not the case.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
But now people use it as this is the example, and
And
they
you-
think
I
that
can
the cat
imagine-
is
I can-
both alive and
I
dead,
can imagine
which it clearly
Schrodinger
cannot be.
Face palming for a turn.
Mike-
we don't know if it's
Fuck's
alive or
sake.
dead because we haven't looked in the box.
Oh, we haven't observed it, but that doesn't mean that it is
What's up,
alive
Joel?
and dead at the same time. It
Oh,
means
yeah.
that it's one of those we just don't know.
Hold on,
Therefore,
hold
cat exists in a superposition. Well,
on. We got
It does
it.
not
in
mean the cat
timeline.
exists in a superposition. It means
Well,
that
of course.
we have not
A
observed
cat-
it yet.
a
We
cat
gotta
is
acknow-
not exists in a superposition.
We have to
In
acknowledge
fact,
the chat.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Okay, so Mark had a question for Cool Cat if you want to answer him, and Joel said, "Man, this conversation is intense."
oh,
Well, I'm gonna answer Mark's question. I did have a background in Catholic grammar school, so
no. No, I went to a Church of England school in Westbury, in Wiltshire. Pretty nice one in Westbury.
okay.
Westbury Primary School. It's beautiful. I had a great childhood. Superb.
I'm an atheist, therefore I probably know more about religion than most.
Indeed. In fact,
Here we
that's why
go.
I'm an atheist.
Oh,
I'm
we're
an
going
atheist
down the religion
because I
route.
know about
That's it.
Religion, no.
Down the
no,
pothole.
no.
Well,
Time
religion has to do with science, doesn't it?
Time out. Time out.
Philosophy and
does
religion
it?
have been tied together.
Yeah, philosophy and
Yeah.
religion. I mean,
In
science and
that
religion.
case, then, let's go back to the other topic where, you know, talking about religion, maybe God didn't not create us. We are just a mass Sims 9000 game or something, and somebody is controlling every one of us.
But at the same time, that brings us towards an existential crisis of why are we here?
I
Hopefully they're
would
using
point
it
you to a
too.
really interesting book. The guy who wrote Dilbert, Scott Adams, wrote a book called The God Particle. Not The God
Yeah.
Particle. Was it The God? No, what
The
was
God
it?
particle was by
God's Debris.
God
it-
particle was by
Oh,
Yeah.
Richard Dawkins.
It was God's
No,
Debris, and
yeah,
and it was a
correct,
thought
yeah.
experiment where
I've read the book and I couldn't think of the name of it.
yeah. And has anybody read it other than me and Dominic?
Mark did have a good point there.
Anyway,
Are we actually here?
God's Debris poses the question: if you were God, okay,
Yeah.
you're omnipotent, you're all powerful. What would you do?
Yeah.
Well, you
remember,
create stuff. And
Go
basically
on.
there would be no conflict for you to fight against. Therefore, you'd have to create conflict for yourself. So he posits that God, an infinite being like that, would eventually commit suicide and destroy themselves into 1,000 billion particles, whatever. That's the Big Bang,
That's interesting.
and
yeah.
that is the beginning of our universe.
And if you spell
And-
devil backwards, he's lived.
That the God's debris knows little bits of itself belongs together and starts trying to reconstruct God.
Mark,
And
I
we are
just hope
all part
Yeah,
of
you
pieces
just
of
broke
God
up
that
there,
are trying to
Tom. Say that
reconstruct
again.
and bring order to the
Mark,
universe.
God.
Mark,
God,
Reconstruct.
Mark is going down the going down the
you
Hitchhiker's Guide
broke
to
up
the
the last
Galaxy.
10 seconds. Could you repeat the last 10 seconds? Because you broke up, mate.
Oh, that everything in the entire universe is trying to regain order and recreate. God is trying to recreate himself.
Oh, okay.
I hope they're using a good controller, Mark. That's all I'm
So-
saying.
What we're saying is we are
As I
just part of God's plan to create AI, which will be the all living being, eternal life that is God.
So you're saying we're the mice?
Yeah, as in such.
We're an experiment. Interesting, yeah.
Anyway, it was an interesting book. It was total ridiculous but it was fun
Of course.
if you go. It was fun, a thought experiment.
All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off because I got my own show in about an hour and a half.
And this is all over his
okay,
head
go.
anyway. So
Yeah. Catch you later, Justin.
show up to
Justin.
Justin's stream later, everybody, where he'll be eating crayons.
Oh,
Yeah.
bite me.
The blue ones taste. The blue
Compared
ones
to this
taste
show,
like
it will be
purple.
like.
Tasty crap.
Yeah.
He likes
Yeah,
it.
so-
The blue ones taste
But-
like purple.
It's more like so long and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah. Oh, that's a brilliant film. I love that. Yeah, Douglas Adams. Wow.
As I said, we're really going down the Douglas Adams Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy path here.
Mm.
Which would bring us back to the multiverse, where he said it was a sphere, and that everything was reality that you experienced was a slice of that straight through a giant sphere. So, depending on how you sliced it, you would come across similar things, but in different
Yeah.
orientations.
Yeah.
And again, that brings me back to the sliding doors moment, where each.
I still don't know what you're talking about with sliding doors. What's the debate, or are you just making conversation?
No, sliding doors is basically like the rotation door. You go into somewhere.
Yeah, you make a choice and,
When
and something
when I
happens.
use the term sliding doors, it means that if you go around in a circle, sometimes you might come out in a different spot. So what I'm saying is you get to a fork in the road and you take a left instead of a right, or something else happens, you're opening a portal to start another alternate timeline.
Can I just answer Laura here? Laura, I'm not ending it because actually Justin is just the encore for this debate. He's the wind down to allow everyone to sleep. Carry on, Dominic and Donald and Coolcat.
Okay.
Or Michael.
I'm not going to continue on, David, because you created this thing, and you got me, Cool Cat, and Dominic creating all the content for your channel while you sit there and you exploit us for
but
our conversation.
In my defense,
I'm tired of the slavery.
No. Just let's go back a bit now. In my defense, right, it was not my fault. Destiny led me to this idea, yeah, and by my that, Destiny led you guys to be here to share your knowledge and wisdom with the panel, with the world.
Hey, Donald.
Unfortunately, though, some people can't handle it, and Donald had to leave.
Yeah. But I think it's a great topic, but it's also a great forum for having and I don't necessarily like the term debate, but it's an interesting forum to have a major discussion about various things.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I think it's
I
nice.
think the way the world has gone, and this is another almost deterministic thought, the way the world has gone in the last 4 years, it has brought more people together because we have the level of technology like Zoom,
Well,
where
we'll get on to that
people
in a
in
minute.
different parts of the world
Right.
can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I agree, Dominic.
Right, we're going to get on to that one in a minute. Mudball, I did see it coming, but I wanted to give you the free will to act out your childish behaviour like that again. Yeah, it's fine. You know, I'll apologise that Destiny led me to you being able to enact that behaviour. It's fine.
Is there any way we
You'll
can
be
blame
fine.
Laura? I don't know. We might be able to blame Laura if we think about it.
Technically it was Laura that led Donald to do that. So
there you
yes, Laura, you're a bad girl. Go to bed.
But at the same time, it said, did I leave due to free will, or was it determined? I think it's a bit of both, actually.
Well, let's go
Because-
back into that debate that Dominic had just brought up. Is the world moving closer or drifting apart?
What do you mean? Are people on the world are getting closer?
I think people are moving closer because of this, but it is also creating more division as well.
Exactly.
I see,
That's what
that's
I
the
was
division.
going to say. Are we actually becoming closer or are we drifting apart? Because we are not having these debates anymore with people around us in the pub, in the street, in the supermarkets. We're now having them online, with people
What we're doing-
across the world.
I was
what's the
going to
difference?
say, especially with some of the shit fights that go on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call
Right,
it.
yeah.
That seems to be an absolute melting pot.
I mean, we could be sat on a pub table drinking beer and chatting, or we could be sat here, I'm at home with a cup of tea, chatting, but we're chatting. So,
But
one way or
I
another, it's
did
good. And what
exactly the
Dominic
same
said,
thing. Well,
It's a
we
positive,
have
isn't it?
when I on a Friday night here, I gather around with probably 5, 6, maybe 10 different people, and we don't have as deep a chat as this, but we do sit there and chat about what life is about, and we all, but it's more a chat. One, it's the chat more about sport because we've all got a love of sport, but at the same time, there is more a discussion about the use of words and how words are being slaughtered.
I'm sorry, Donald. I wouldn't class Justin as that intellectual. He's intelligent, but yeah, I'm not a slave owner, and he didn't run off to his freedom. He's gone to have a break for his own encore show later. Yeah, it's just not my fault that you need Justin to hold your hands while you're on the panel. Carry on.
I just think people are overly sensitive to specific words. I think people are overly sensitive in the way people.
I don't think people are getting more oversensitive.
Hello, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Links at the top if you'd like to join us. We'd love to have you on. Yeah, so I wouldn't say people are getting more oversensitive. We're having more of a worldwide audience and a bigger panel to throw it at, and people are getting more ferocious in how they say things. You know, back in the day, yeah, we've always had division against religion, creed, you know, and so on. Right? Where we was limited in how we could say it. We was limited that we could only say it amongst the people we was around. Yeah. Today you're throwing out a bigger ball into a bigger fish pond, and you're hitting more people. So people are not getting more oversensitive. People are getting. Yeah. You're just hitting more of the people that would be sensitive to it.
Yeah, so we censor ourselves. There's no way that.
Yeah, hello, Gitchy.
Hey,
there's no way that we're not.
Oh, you're all right, Paul. We're hoping to see you back live in the next day or two, or now even if you want. I will happily end to let you go live on your own channel because we'd all love to speak to you and see you and stuff. Much love to you and everything.
Yeah, I hope everything's okay with you guys.
I think my topic of oversensitive is more the AI and ChatGPT. If you try and...
It's another tool, yeah?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if you try and generate any humour that goes close to the boundary, it seems.
But what you're doing by your humour, where before you'd be in a group of your friends that had the same sense of humour as you, now your humour is being thrown out further afield, and you will hit more people that will be more sensitive to that humour. You know, it's like the people that go to a comedy show and get offended by the jokes. The comedians are going to say them jokes. They don't mean anything by it, but you've put yourself in that situation to be offended, you know, and back in the day, a comedian would probably do his show to maybe 1,000 people in a smallish arena. Now they're doing the shows to 18,000, 20,000 people. Jokes are not going to hit everybody in the same way. You're going to offend somebody.
But don't you think
in whatever thing you say?
I'm referring to Jimmy Carr's recent exploits, where someone went there and was offended by it. And
can I just say something?
They did state.
Laura, do you want to send Paul the link, please?
You know how a paradox is antithetical to physical law, right?
Yeah.
Humor is antithetical to what they call it, authoritarian fascism, right? So,
Yeah.
they say that you know what you're not, you know who's ruling you because you can't criticize them or something.
Okay, Paul.
Now that's kind of that. I feel that's where we are at the moment, and the same way that because Chat GPT is kind of captured, it's infiltrated by and built by people who want to give it that DEI flavor because it has, it's a political model, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
ChatGPT is not the AI that people think it is. It's not the AI that is going to be the final tool to allow world domination in a sense. It is a tool where you can offend more people or police more people, and you can use it to look more fake in a sense. I don't want to mention the name of a company, but I'm in discussions with a company, and all their emails are definitely Chat GDP created.
Generative AI.
Yeah, because
rather than naming the
but you, as an AI source, it hasn't got itself, or it will never get itself to a level where you can fool everybody with it. And the reason I say this is companies make the biggest mistake. You ask ChatGPT to make you an email to someone, and it will always start with, we hope this email, or we hope this letter, we hope this correspondent finds you well. Right? It's because it's been programmed to do that. It's not thinking on itself. The human has told it to do that, to start it off in a polite way. That is someone's opinion. Yeah, that's how you should start. But in general, if you was writing an email to somebody, you would never start it off, we hope this email finds you well. In most of my cases, my emails start with, you little fuckers, you've pissed me off again.
Exactly.
Maybe not, but you know what I mean? There's different ways of starting things, and yet you can see.
I want to read you a reply.
You all right there, Gitchy?
I want to read you a reply that I'd stated because I was trying to make some things funny.
Yeah. If anybody wants to join the panel, we can change topic if you would like, but there's the link to join.
Okay, this is. I was asking it to do something funny. I said to it, it was completely unfunny, and then it gives me this answer. While I cannot fulfill every desire perfectly, I am committed to continuous learning and improvement. I strive to provide informative and helpful resources within the boundaries of respectful and unbiased communication. It is important to have an open and honest conversation, even when they involve differing viewpoints. If you have specific concerns or suggestions on how I can better address your needs, I'd be happy to hear them. Please remember that respectful dialogue is crucial for fostering healthy and constructive environment, even when there are disagreements.
Yeah, but ChatGPT then is not AI, because you are going to feed that information back to a human through AI, and they're going to take it and probably ignore it in a sense. Yeah, but what they're doing is they're giving you a controlled dialogue of saying, I don't agree with you, I don't agree with this, yeah, I'm not doing it. Yeah, a proper AI would not be that subjective to people's opinions and stuff.
Which I find funny because
it would find it. An AI would find a way around that person's opinion to give you the answer you would require.
Yeah. Well, it's
ChatGPT. GPT,
which is it's generative AI, so it's not full AI. it's generative based on the prompts you give them.
It's very limited, and again, it's more
Limits the
cold.
language model you're programmed. That
It's
has
more
been...
cold than anything. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it hasn't worked out, itself. By now, a proper AI system would have worked out what would be classed as copyright and what would not. So, like today, when I asked it to create this picture, it kept spelling international wrong. Yeah, we know why it spells words wrong for copyright, law. However, it would understand that internet.
Don't call me Shirley.
Yeah.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. Yeah.
Good evening, Donald. Welcome back.
Hey,
How
guys.
are you?
I'm good. I had to go just a minute ago. I found out my niece is pregnant, 9 weeks pregnant. This is like her third time trying. She's lost some babies, and so.
Well, I wish your niece well, and hope that this one
good. So
will give
it was
good
super
fruit.
super fantastic news for our family, and so that's why I disappeared on you.
And we hope that this time it will bear great fruit and lead us into a better life.
Lead us to the promised land.
Yeah, because
you want her to bear
are our future.
You want her to bear grapefruit? Why not like tangerines or oranges?
Great, not grape.
Yeah. Anyway, David, you can call me Shirley. I don't mind.
I'll only call you Shirley on a Saturday night because I know that's what you like.
Okay.
Everything for the weekend.
But don't you think that we're going down a really harsh rabbit hole when you can sit
clown words on it.
when you can sit there and argue with a GPT for several hours? Here's Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your eyes only.
Without further ado,
welcome back, Mr. Paul Murray. Oh, there he is.
Hello, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Welcome back, Paul.
How are you?
Very much.
We're hoping you're well and on the mend.
Well, they just delivered my medication,
Good.
Good.
and I didn't know a urinary tract infection could get to a point where it screws your mind up and everything.
There are many things with your body that can screw your mind. Everything is interlinked. That's why you need to look after yourself. And Paul, we are glad that you're here and able to talk. And
I owe everybody an apology for it.
No, you owe nothing, Paul.
No.
We all have moments. We all have time.
We were all scared for you, and
say,
we're all just glad to see you.
Yeah. All I'm going to say is we are glad that you went, you got the help, and you're going to be on the mend. And tomorrow, we're all live on your channel.
Well, I don't know what it'll be tomorrow.
Well,
we'll have to
in the next few days.
Yeah. Justin said that he's liable. He will help and do it tomorrow, and maybe let me come out and there with it. But
yeah, take your time, however you feel.
Take your time when you're ready. Me and Justin.
Well, the theory is, especially as you get older, David, is that for every day you spend in the hospital, it takes 3 to 4 days to recuperate.
It does. It really does.
Yep, I know.
Because I only stood up for the first time earlier today.
Yeah, they say the same thing about sex as you get older.
Yeah.
Well, no, Don, they're lying to you because as you get older, there is no sex.
All right, Joe.
That's a sad thing. People always brag.
Hey,
you
Joe.
always hear, when you're younger, you brag about the. When you're younger, you always brag about the last time you had sex. As you're older, you realize, oh man, I didn't know that was going to be the last time I had sex.
No, as you get real old, you says, I can't remember ever having sex. Because your memory's not there,
Yep. We all had those senior
They
moments.
say sex is good for the mind, but I tell you what, she can be a bitch at times. I don't know what happened, but Dominic suddenly grew in size on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
I've
big guy.
decided to go.
David, Dominic is the big guy on the channel.
Yeah.
But
I like
anyway,
that.
Paul, I'd like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to try this little idea out.
What's that?
The international
The
debate.
international debate, allowing people to...
Oh, I heard you guys talking about religion.
Oh, we
Yeah,
talked about
everything-
philosophy, religion, everything.
Everything is
Well, the
open
thing-
for debate.
Here is my number one thought on religion. I'm a Christian, okay, brought up in a Christian home, but you know, if there is indeed, which I believe there is, one God, God created all of the humans on earth, right? So he created the devil. Might have kicked him out of heaven, but he created the devil.
He did.
So the devil is part of God.
Yep, Lucifer the Lightbringer.
Yeah.
The most
Just
beautiful
remember-
of all angels.
If you live your life in reverse, you're evil. And if you've lived your life in reverse, you're the devil.
Well, if you live your life in reverse, you're going to bump into a lot of shit on the way, you know?
Yeah.
Because you know, as you get older, your depth perception isn't what it, you can't curve in and out. You're just going to bump into this and bump into that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the reverse you're talking about. Oh.
It's good you've got your sense of humour again, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan, she's 9 weeks pregnant. Jonathan said she's 9 months pregnant. Did I say months or did I say weeks?
No, you said. I thought you said weeks.
I thought you
Weeks.
said weeks.
Yeah, it's weeks. 9 weeks pregnant.
And I think that's the one thing that really has to get people through is their sense of humour. I know it's got me through.
I
It's
think
really
I think humour gets people through more than religion does.
Yeah.
You know, just being able to have a good sense of humour, laughing along the way, you know.
And especially, I've just remembered something last night when we were leaving the pub. We were walking down the street and someone's really tooting their horn on the car. And we're just walking away. And I thought, it's enough for me. They tooted 4 or 5 times. I screamed out. I said, "What else did you get for Christmas?" And everybody just burst out in laughter. I thought, you know, you sometimes you get to a point where you're just too scared to say anything, and I just went, fuck it, I'm just gonna say what I feel.
Many
really
years
get-
ago, I had a similar incident. I'd left the pub and his car was following me down the road, tooting his horn, and I didn't say the same as you. I turned round and went, "Will you fucking shut that thing up your ass?" And he went, "You've left your phone." Oops.
So he was doing you a favor.
Yeah, and I told him to shove it up his ass.
Wow.
It's amazing
just-
what beer does to you.
I know that, but I'm just saying it gets to a point where sometimes you think something, and you think, "No, I better not say it," and then you just get to a point where you say, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna let it ride." Because
As you get older,
it gets
you're.
out,
I
it
think you're
vents
more.
out.
Yeah. As you're more older, you start to realise whatever you say is going to offend some fucker, so you might
Yeah.
as well just say it anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, Dominic, did you see what Mark wrote?
Yep. And there are times when we do leave.
Yeah.
I
We have
mean,
other things
they
to do.
have to leave the bar at some time, or the pub. They have to leave the pub at some time to get to the next pub.
Exactly, yeah. Well, we went from one pub to another, so
Oh, a
Well-
pub crawl.
Yeah, that's the Australian version of going from bar to bar is called a pub crawl because
That's
usually
it's UK.
after the second pub,
Yeah.
you're actually crawling to go to the next one.
Yeah. No,
yeah, exactly.
the pub crawl is the UK phenomenon.
Convention.
It's where you go the high streets used to have so many pubs that you could literally crawl out of one pub and roll into another.
You can do that. There are various places where I'm in Collingwood. You could probably go to 10 pubs within the space of probably 2 kilometres.
Okay. Well, in Preston, there used to be, no word of a lie, I think it was something like 87 pubs and 27 nightclubs. You could no one could ever do the full Preston pub crawl. You just couldn't do it. Physically impossible. But now there's probably about 4 or 5 nightclubs and about 27 pubs.
Jonathan, I feel the same way, man. Thanks for all of your best wishes.
Yeah. Jonathan, come onto the panel. Links at the top, mate.
Huge comment. I like that. I mean, someone will get offended by saying, oh, "I love you, Matt." No homo. Someone will get.
What the hell's going on here? Gotta sort this one out.
Oh, what?
Somebody's a bit grey.
Oh, okay. Hello, Lynn.
Lenny, you're now a moderator.
Oh, that's it.
I apologise, you was not already one. I thought you were.
Yeah, Lynn's going on a pub crawl this weekend.
Oh, good for her.
No. She says there's one. I don't know if she would be going. She might. I don't know. Lynn, are you going?
Yeah. Port Huron has a pub crawl this weekend. She didn't say she's going on it. She's saying there is one.
Hey, Tim.
Links at the top if you want to join us.
Mr. Tim.
Captain Joe. Links at the top. Come and join us.
You want to come and join and throw a few topics our way?
I did see they do the Mrs. Roper romp. Have you guys heard of those?
No.
It's where everybody dresses up like Mrs. Roper from Three's Company and do a pub crawl. They look like they would be a blast.
Yeah.
Oh, we used to do fancy dress pub crawls. They were crazy.
Yep. They usually have
When I saw, all the women are dressed up in the muumuus, like she would wear the flowery muumuus and stuff.
Yeah.
They're walking around. They have the wigs on, and they all are walking around. And when I saw, you had one guy walking around dressed up as Don Knotts, like Mr. Furley, and you got the guy in the background like Mr. Roper. Just it looked great.
Pub crawls like that, where people actually dress up, are more done towards Christmas Eve or.
Well, I mean, over here in the UK, they have them quite often. However, you see more towards Christmas and New Year. And if you go to places like Blackpool, you know, you got the stag do's and stuff that are going out, stag and hen do's. And then you've got places in Blackpool like Funny Boys, which is men dressed as women putting on a cabaret show, you know, where you have a meal and a drink. It's just one of those weird things. There's lots of different things. You can turn into one pub. It's like in Police Academy. You turn into the pub and suddenly end up in the Blue Oyster Bar.
Lynn says she's too old for a pub crawl. So what we need to have is for older people a bar scoot, where everybody gets on a mobility scooter.
Oh, they have them here.
Connecting to audio.
There's a couple of pubs that actually have mobility scooter parking sheds. You can put the mobility scooter in the shed where you're going for a drink.
You wouldn't want to be driving. You wouldn't want to drive one of those after you've had a few.
Can you get done for D, whatever you call it?
A DWI or DUI?
Hey, Paul.
DUI,
Hey, Joe.
on a mobility scooter. I know in England you can get done if you ride a horse pissed.
Yes, it is a criminal offence to ride a horse while drunk.
But the horse
And
isn't
it's
drunk.
Exactly. Horse is fine.
It's an old bylaw from the horse and cart days.
Okay, you guys have seen my little train that I've shown pictures of off and on, right?
You are.
I have a train that was built out of an old lawnmower, and it has barrels on the back of it as cars, and the kids get in and ride.
Oh,
And-
okay.
Oh,
Hey,
so,
Tim.
I got virtual background on, don't I? Well,
Hello?
no, it's not me. It's just the David's thing.
No,
Anyway.
if you want to share screen, you can.
But it's not on my screen. It's on my phone.
What's all this?
Well, hold it in front of you.
Tim, what's up?
What's up, Jeff? Oh,
This
Paul.
is
Tim, how you doing?
good.
Well, I'm zooming in.
it's not having it.
Oh, yeah, you go.
There you
I
go.
can see it.
Oh,
All right. Do you see? You see the? You can't hardly see it.
I can
Why
see
don't you
it.
shut this? Why don't you shut that off and put it regular?
It's not me.
this was an idea for a debate show.
This is David's thing.
Didn't
But
I say to do this yesterday when I was
I
on?
think if I could figure out a way to do that, and make that legal to take people for a ride on cars down the street, make a train ride, like a crazy train pub ride.
Okay, people, what I'm going
Oh,
to
that
do,
would be
I'm going to
excellent,
end
wouldn't
the
Charge
debate.
people to get on.
Yeah.
Charge
I love
people
it.
for a car
Yeah.
and just pull them around. Be
And
great.
take them home
So
afterwards.
I'm going to end this debate side of things and just go to standard Zoom now.
Okay.
Just put it to an open chat.
Okay.
That idea, Tom. That's a perfect idea.
Uh-huh.
3,
Charge people
2,
so
1.
much
That is,
for
that
a
is
ticket,
so much
and
better.
their ticket gets them on the train. And
Yeah, and gets them to ride home too.
Hey, Bo.
That's a good idea.
I mean, I could drive the train because I don't drink, so I'd be perfect to
that would be perfect.
be a train
I
driver.
could drive the train because it's on rails, so I don't have to worry about it.
It's not on rails.
Oh, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Then.
Okay, I showed this earlier.
You could ride the train, but do you have an engineer's outfit?
There you go.
There you go.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, nice. I need one
I
of
showed
those.
this
That
earlier.
size.
For the people that know it, don't say anything. But I showed this earlier.
Oh yeah.
Any idea what this is?
I know what it is,
It was
but
a
I'm
It's a
3D
bra for
print, I
people with
don't.
square tits.
He's got it. Yep.
You can put your
Well,
contact
yeah.
lenses in.
It's a feeder cup.
Oh, no, it's a
Okay.
glasses case for Joe 90.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Very
So,
good.
any ideas? Other than that?
You pour Listerine in it and dunk your balls.
It is a bold
Yeah, I'll show you what it is. You get your cup when you go through the drive-through, and you get your nuggies, and you get your sauce.
No,
put it
no,
in there,
no, no, not
and straw
nuggies.
through it right on top of your cup.
Not nuggies.
You missed something about not just nuggies, the chicken nuggies.
No,
Chicken
nuggets.
Yeah.
Because
Not
That's a good
nuggies
idea.
because
Do
you're
is
not.
put it right on top of your cup.
I'm sorry, he's been hanging around Justin too much.
Hey, that's a good
The only
idea
people who
because
call
when
them
you're
nuggets.
driving, driving,
And your
That's a
straw
good
goes up
idea.
through the middle of that, right?
Yeah.
The straw goes through the middle.
What's on the top of it?
And
The
so
only
it's
people
just
that call them
right on
chicken
top of your
nuggies,
cup.
though, are Australians and 3-year-olds.
I know.
You're neither.
That's a good idea because I always have a problem when I'm driving and
it's
eating.
called a Chick-fil-A dip cup holder.
Chick-fil-A dip cup holder. Jesus, say that when you're drunk.
Yeah. My son went to Chick-fil-A today, so he brought one back.
Couldn't say it when
And
I was
hold it
sober,
in
never mind drunk.
Real tight.
That's a
pretty
good
cool.
idea.
Good.
I thought it was pretty neat.
I know you want to say it, Dom, but don't say it and don't even bring it up.
what's that?
He should know what I'm talking about last night. The game.
I'm a bad boy last
Yeah,
night.
I know.
Dominic, did you lose a game?
No,
No,
we're
I-
playing this afternoon. Your Tim Jackson's mob lost.
Lost. They got fucking creamed.
I know. I was sitting there watching.
Your team lost.
Big time.
Well, you have a team that's it's like David's got the black
Don't
coolers.
say it, Paul. I'll put you back in hospital. I can ring them.
Yeah, Tim has got the Magpies, and they didn't win.
Tim,
Yeah,
I know this probably won't help, and it's more patronising when people say it than ever, but I've got to say it. Remember, it's only the first game of the season. There's plenty more games to go.
I hope they get their shit
What they
together
call
because
the
that
moon
was
pies? What?
that
Moon
was
pies.
that was a tragedy.
Magpies.
Magpies, Colin.
Yeah. They lost.
That was an embarrassment. Fuck me,
I
dude.
don't know. Just couldn't get anything together. And every time you got a bit of a momentum, it shifted pretty quickly back the other way.
Well, they didn't play the outside game either. They kept on trying to fuck around the middle. Use your shepherd, you dickhead.
No, you've got to go straight up the gut, and you've just got to move it so that you're not playing into the opposition's hand. Because that's what they were doing. They were going forward, bombing it long, and Swans players were just picking you off every opportunity they could. And once they got the momentum, they were slingshotting back to their goal.
The pedal bus.
They didn't play their full game yet. I know that. So
Do you have them beer pedal buses over here now?
sucked.
You can have ride the prom, and you.
Oh yeah.
You
I've
all
seen
have a
those.
beer, and you pedal, and the vehicle just
The
goes down
driver
the prom.
steers. But you're basically a drunken motor.
No worries, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen those. That would be cool.
See you another time.
All right, see you, Mike.
Yeah.
Good to see
Catch you
again.
later, Mike. Thank you very much
Okay,
for
thank
joining.
you.
Have a good evening, mate.
Listen,
Thanks for the discussion.
I loved it. Great fun.
Yeah.
Now we can. It's because I'm probably heading out half an hour because I get myself ready for all this. But yeah,
Yeah,
we can talk about
Justin's
sport.
live in an hour.
Who do you
Yeah,
play?
I'm probably gonna miss most of it.
Yeah. Don't
Who
worry,
do
it's
you
only
play?
an encore for this.
Who do you play? Don't say yes.
Playing- Yeah, well, that's who we're playing.
You do? Oh shit!
Big game.
First game. That is a big game.
Well, considering the fact there was 83, 84. I think it was 84,000 Thursday night, 78,000 last night. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be 75 today.
Well, they've been rivals. They've been rivals for long now.
Two big rivals that have gone head to head for the last 40 years.
Mm-hmm. Yippers. No, that hurt. Damn.
Is it rivalry just on the pitch or rivalry off the pitch as well?
No, it's just with their games.
Yeah, it's a bit of banter as well.
Yeah.
You see, when our sports has rivalry, it's on and off the field. Yeah, because obviously the fans are in different stands.
There's always, there's always. I'm not going to say it's aggressive, but there's always a real banter on and on social channels these days.
This is the thing. I like banter and debating stuff and having a bit of a laugh and singing anti-Blackpool songs and whatever else. But there are people that in every sport that take it over the top.
Hello, drone shots. Nice of you to comment.
Hey, Jody.
Brisbane does that. Hey, Jody. They take it over the top. Brisbane does.
Where's the kitty cat?
Right here on my lap.
On your lap, and I saw the tail under your arm.
Yeah.
Either that or you were growing another appendage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
No, it's not our home game today. It's our away game, so they get the.
Oh, Dominic is spotlighted.
Is he?
No, go to gallery view.
Got to go to gallery view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just on your side, not on our side.
Yeah, top right.
Yeah, because
You got that
gallery
little view
view
box.
person that
It's like 9 little dots, and then view.
top
Click
right
that,
hand
and it will
corner.
say there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, top right hand corner.
I thought that the master of the show had to either
Oh.
select one or the other.
No, wait.
For YouTube, but not on the Zoom call.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Cool Cat. We do. We don't have that much violence. Maybe once a year.
I'd like to say you're right, Cool Cat, but unfortunately, you're not.
Yeah, but
you're
you
not.
still have the section.
Yeah, we still have the
sections.
segregated fans, but what he's
I'm
talking
sorry.
about, the football violence of the 80s and 90s has calmed down. But
Yeah.
over the last year and a half, definitely since COVID, it's on the rise again, and it's getting to levels now where people are going, I'm not taking the kids. Because,
Yeah.
again,
Because of
they're
what-
just
It
idiots.
was like that a few years ago, and we've really cleaned it up.
You know, especially in Scottish football, it is terrible up the north of the border.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
Welsh
we're-
football
we're-
not too much because they only get like 100, 200 fans.
we had one incident last year, and that's pretty much it.
Well, we had an incident. Was it last season? Yeah, last season. Blackpool Burnley, and the game passed off peacefully, and the fans went separate ways. But some Burnley fans went to a pub in Blackpool that was designated for them by the police, and they were just drinking away. And some Blackpool fans at a different pub just got absolutely drunk and decided to go and have a bit of a fisticuff with them, shall we say.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the ringleader picked the wrong person, and he went up to this Burnley fan, "You want some?" And the Burnley fan went, "Yeah." Hit him once, killed him.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Some
such
star need
stupid, I tell you.
I guess he
Sunstar needs a
I guess
wrench.
he showed him, didn't he?
it just puzzles me that, you know, football fans are pretty good until they have a drink.
Yeah,
That's where it goes.
ain't that the truth? I nearly busted my TV
Hey,
last night.
Sunstar.
Hey, Tim, I can
Anthony.
tell the difference just in the week I was gone. The difference how much your kitty cat loves you.
Yeah.
She gives me kisses all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that this
I'm
morning.
sorry you was a bit grey, you're now blue.
That's because you're her daddy.
She's my shadow.
Yeah.
So, Wednesday, when I have my debate night again, kitty cats, good for Tim or not?
Cats or dogs?
Yeah, cats.
Now,
No,
that
I'm
could be a hell of a debate. Cats rule, dogs rule.
Yeah, I'm on the cat. I'm on the cat train.
She liked watching the footy last night. She was watching the ball.
Oh, I could imagine her jumping at your TV trying to catch the ball.
Yeah.
No, she jumped at it. She just sat there.
Wait till Wimbledon comes on and then let her watch tennis.
Oh no, no,
Come
no,
on. That TV's
You know,
going.
you know that can fix the problem.
no, fucking tennis.
No, when my Vegemite got a little bit upset when I was yelling at the TV. So
Excuse me one moment. Laura, as my admin assistant, I really would require you to speed up on this administration because Sunstar is not grey anymore, and I'd actually said, Sunstar, you've got your wrench about 4 minutes ago.
yeah,
So, back to your game. God, she's always butting in.
yeah. But the times that we have
Sounds about right,
vastly,
Laura.
it might be 1:45 today, and I think next week we play it.
Hello, Sunstar. How you doing?
Now we play next week. I think we might play next week at the same time. But yeah, it could be Friday night, any time on a Saturday. 1:10, 4:20, 7:30.
Mate, did they not have like on the hour or on the half hour kickoff times?
No, they're about because of the way that because of the TV rights, they
Yeah.
don't want them laughing.
You see, over here we have games normally will kick off at the weekend 3 o'clock if they're not on TV. But if they are on TV, then they've got like 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, to fit them in. And during the week they're normally 7:45 or 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because I would
It's-
just like to say to Sky Sports, while we're here
thank
on
you,
this
yeah.
debate, fuck you, you bastards.
Mm.
Because when we play Southampton in
Harsh.
the rearranged fixture, right, which all the Preston fans have already been pissed off about because they already got down there and then the game was called off and they had to go home without seeing
Back
the
it in
game,
for it.
right?
Back it in for it.
Now,
Back it in
Sky have
order.
decided they're going to move the game to 8 o'clock, which means the fans now have to go down there again and won't get back till later on.
Yeah. See, we've got various levels, but the AFL, all 9 games are on TV, and the other levels are on free-to-air, or they put
Channel 7. Channel
Yeah,
7.
Channel 7. Yeah, Channel 7 will play
So
the VFL.
all your games are on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the AFL. But the VFL, which is each state-based competition, every
That's not on
state.
TV.
They
I
do
think
have,
that's on.
I have them on 7 Sport. You've got to watch it via the
Yeah.
I watch it via the app, and you can get the VFL on that. But it only shows that that state. So if you're in a different state,
A different state, you can't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's the NEAFL, the VFL, the SAFL, and the WAFL.
Over here in the UK, they've actually made the TV rights. If it's on TV, you can't watch it online at all. Now, if it's not on TV, you can buy what they call iFollow. But if you're in the UK, you can't use iFollow because they want you to go to the game. But if you're
Yeah.
abroad, you can.
So they let women in?
So, if anyone over there would like to buy iFollow and Zoom link me every game, I would gladly pay you the money.
See, we get it for free, and you can watch it via the AFL app.
We
But the
was
trouble is-
Sunstar. We was all very worried.
Yeah, but the trouble is, for anybody outside of Australia, they have to pay a couple of $100 to watch to get on the Watch AFL app. So
Yep.
I was going to say, so I can do a private Zoom or private whatever, and people overseas can watch it, but you couldn't really do it because of the TV rights.
I think Zoom would pick it up and block it. Didn't we have that problem with the American football? I think it blocked out the the Detroit games. It allowed some of the Michigan games through, but the Detroit games were definitely blocked.
Yeah, but if it's private, I believe you could do it.
No, that was private. We had
Okay.
we had a private stream going, and it weren't allowing it through.
Go and play.
We're going to
Go
say
and
there's only one way to find out.
Well, yeah, there's only one way to find out. Fight! I mean, no.
There's one.
Try it.
There's my game, which I'm going to, and then there's two
No,
more after
no,
that today.
no. Damn.
Just
Yeah, she's attacked everything, Laura. Just to let you know. There's not a damn thing she hasn't.
Ninja cat.
Fucking legs, feet.
I know I've got scratches all over my legs.
You have Vegemite scratches.
You might have to get your Vegemite shot.
Yeah. Okay. There's one at 4:30 my time and 7:30 my time, and there's an overlap because of the time difference. 8:10. They're all my times. So I've got three. When my game finishes, there were 3 after it, and they're all on TV. So if you wanna try private Zoom or private, maybe StreamYard or a different one, so that Zoom that might be Zoom, but if we try another service, we might be able to do it. Is
Laura, nope. Not gonna do that. Too fucking tired. Just woke up. Had a long night.
yeah, because 7:30 my time or 6:30 Tim's would probably be a better time, because I think 4:30 would be a bit either too late or too early for anybody.
That game pissed me off last night. I threw my can at the fucking TV.
Oh God.
They were just doing the stupidest fucking plays. They weren't running the ball right at all.
It's only a game.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of people in American football, which I think is one of the most rigged sports going, just based on how I've seen the games I've seen, right? And I've seen people shoot the TVs on YouTube.
Yeah,
they just get the gun out and they go, "No!"
I wouldn't do that, but I almost threw a fucking full beer.
Crikey, that's worse than shooting it. Wasting that beer.
If you watched the game, you would understand what I meant. They
As I
couldn't.
said, I watched it.
I could have just seen Tim throwing the beer and going, "No!" jumping down with a straw to suck it up quick.
I just
you saw how they handled the ball. It was pitiful.
Never throw a beer. That'd be adding insult to injury.
Yeah.
That's true. Dude, I played better than some of the teammates on there when I played, and I only played for 15 minutes of time.
No, I just think, you got to go back. They got to go back to the drawing board. And bombing the ball long is just not the answer.
Stupid. That was yeah.
When you bomb it long, you've got to have your rovers in place. You've got to have the players. You're going to bomb it long, and the ball spills free.
That's the problem. They didn't. That's the problem. They didn't.
They didn't have any of the. They didn't have any of the players front and center ready to get the ball. And on the Sydney on the slingshot was really killing you.
Oh yeah.
And there would be no forward. There was no forward pressure. They needed the pressure and build. They needed to build the defensive wall.
Yep.
And when you're that far behind, there's no use in parking the bus on it. I tell you.
There's so many chances they could have took lead. They were just stupid.
Right, now I've got a couple of 3D printers of people around here. I've got to ask a question. I sent the same file from the Bamboo software to the printer to print 2 copies of it. The first one came out perfect size. The second one came out slightly smaller. Why?
Because the second one was on your original. You only did the first one. You scaled the first one up, but the second one was waiting in queue, and it wasn't scaled.
No. I printed the first file. All I did was I sent it to the printer from file straight to the printer. It printed it out. It was perfect size. When I sent the same file without any editing, just sent it straight away back to print another copy of it, it came out slightly smaller.
You didn't scale it.
I didn't touch any scaling on either of them. It's just the
Yeah,
one file just done.
What I mean by scaling is making it smaller or making it bigger. Your first print is.
But I didn't do that. I just sent the same exact file.
Did you check the slicer or check the code
all
and
I
everything?
did, opened it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I opened it for the first print, sent it, done, and then just resent it again without touching the slicer or anything. Just resent it again to do the second one. It just came out different. It was just weird.
I don't know. I never heard that happen. Never heard that.
I've never heard that either.
It's the first time I've seen it happen.
I could have said, in my case, I could just hit reprint and it'll do the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it should.
Wait a minute. Did you have 2 prints in the queue, or was it the same print times 2?
It was the same print. Yeah, I sent it the first time, and then the second one I just resent straight away. Once the first one had finished, just click the send button again.
Then it should have been the same. I never
Should
heard
have
of
been
that.
exactly the same, yeah.
I never heard of that happen.
It
I
should
don't
have been
know. You got
exactly the
issues.
same.
Half of the issues you have, I've never heard before. So I'm totally. I mean, I've heard of the issues that you have with your printers, but I've never had issues like that
It's
before.
the first time I've ever seen that happen.
Yeah. Weird. It's a gremlin. There's a gremlin in your slicer.
I can just see it there going, yeah.
Well, the G code, the G means get fucked for your code, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to go into my software and just do a little gremlin going, yeah, 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 yeah,
Grandma's going, na, 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 na,
Every time I set the slicer, to whatever I put on it,
Oh,
or
now you've done it.
it works. It just works. So,
Laura, you're going to have to blame Tim.
blame me.
Yeah.
Fucking blame me.
No. Where's the 3D printer software?
You got the bamboo fucking slicer. That's pretty much the best one out right now.
Yeah, like I said, I just sent it straight away. Didn't mess around with it because I knew it was the exact size I needed it.
I'm still using Creality slicer. Well, get to bed. Pack it in.
Oh, good night, Laura. Good night.
Good night.
Wait.
Good night,
Slow print.
sweetheart. Well,
Slow
it's
print is
time
driving me
to
crazy
go.
I
right
think
now.
it's such a sweet Have we
There
not
you go.
heard the chimes of midnight?
He remembers the show. What was it, every Friday night or Saturday night? That was a good show.
What show?
Where are the songs from? They used to have a show every Friday night.
Oh, what film's it from though?
No, it's a song. It's been a song forever.
I know
It's
it's,
a
been a
song.
song, but it was there's
They
in the
played
film
it.
as well.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's
No,
time
hold on.
to
It was
go.
on a show. It was on a show, and that was their outgoing song. That the band sung. I forget it. Never mind.
I was actually quoting Shakespeare on that one.
Well,
Have we not heard the chimes?
because he used to go like that. He used to go dum 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 with his arm.
Is it called Good Night, Sweetheart? Did it
Yeah.
run in the 90s?
At a what?
Did it run in the 90s? The TV show?
The show? I thought it was in the 80s. But
Okay, well, I was singing from the Good Night, Sweetheart. Like
yeah, I
from the
know
50s.
that's the song. Yeah, that's the song.
Yeah, but the
Nah,
song
nah,
is from
nah.
the 50s, so I don't have to have watched the show to know the song.
Yep.
And I have no idea what show you're talking about.
Hey, that ain't free, you lame bastards.
Buddy. What was his name? Bowser or whatever. He used to do it and then
Oh.
put his arms and goes dum 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 dum.
Okay, you're thinking Sha Na Na.
That's it. Shana Na. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
They
Sha
had-
Na Na.
They had a show every Friday.
I
or
know they
Saturday.
did.
Yeah. Their outgoing song was
Yeah,
was that song?
Their episode with Ronnie Spector ushered me into manhood.
Oh my fucking god.
Too much information.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll look up the clip. That
I don't have that clip, but I got a clip of their show closure.
3 Men and a Baby. That's where I heard that song from.
Hmm.
Here you go, Don. It's in the chat. That's the show closer. Shana. But I forget what the show was called.
Sha Na Na.
Was that the show?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
no,
Sha Na
sorry.
Na show.
Yeah, it was awesome. I liked watching.
I'm guessing it's here. I'm gonna put here. Here's the chat. Here in the chat is my link to Ronnie Spector,
Oh Lord,
which
I remember
I mean,
what you're talking
it's
about
still
too.
you'll look at it and she'll still break your heart. Oh,
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. God damn. Jesus.
Joe,
I,
a file
I think
for you
all
to
kids
print.
loved her at that. I think all kids fucking thought she was hot at that moment. If somebody didn't, they were gay.
There you go, Joe. A gremlin giving the middle finger.
I wonder if any of them are still alive. Isn't Bowser passed away, didn't he? I think they all passed, probably. You're
Yeah, I
muted
had
if you're trying to talk, Don.
Right, don't share screen
I
again.
saw that. Yeah, that was pretty good. I had a Yoda giving the middle finger,
Come back in a
but
minute.
that sucker's so hard to print.
what'd you say about me?
No, I said you're muted if you were trying
Oh,
to
I
say
wasn't
something.
muted. I was just
Singing the
mouthing
song.
words along with Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dum, dum, dum,
I've
dum,
been
dum.
arguing with YouTube. I said to him, I went, I'm not uploading any more videos. You go right off. Now it's gone. Well, weird that, isn't it?
So Paul's not going live today? Well, too late now, huh?
He's not doing a live for a couple of days.
He's having a mini break.
Radio.
Well,
Justin's going live tomorrow instead.
yeah, we're going to take it in turns between us.
Well,
Until
Justin
Paul's
goes
ready.
live in about 30 minutes.
Justin will be live in
In 30 minutes.
35 minutes.
Oh, you had to add the 5 minutes, didn't you? I said
Yeah, because
30.
it's 35 minutes. It's dot on
Oh,
35 minutes.
Stop being politically correct.
No, it's not politically correct. It's timely correct.
Kindly.
Quit it.
Quit it. Far out. I got so much shit to do, but I ain't doing it until the afternoon. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Ooh.
I'm going to have to listen to that full song because that's in my head now. Sha-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na, ba-dum, sha-na.
What the?
Back up.
Damn, that's in my fucking head now. Jesus Christ. Be right back. I need another cup of coffee.
No, I don't want one.
No, that wasn't.
I'm just about to go and get one, so.
Well, I'm going to end on YouTube to give people time to have a coffee, tea, pee break,
Or
whatever
me.
you want to call it,
Coffee, tea, or Bonox.
or even an alcoholic beverage. Ready for Justin going live on his own channel in 34 minutes.
No, up.
So, everyone on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us. Hope you've had a good evening. Hope you have a good evening. And I'll speak to you all again tomorrow.
The door is staying shut.
Okay, then
What
we're off.
happened to him?